So, we getting out of this hellhole?
We're gonna try. Weather seems stable.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you, we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there, no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and everything else. Arthur, you're in that one. Bring Hosea. I know you two like to talk about the good old days and what's gone wrong with old Dutch.
Okay, so theoretically, since we got so much money, this should be it. If Dutch puts his money where his mouth is, so to speak. Like, we got money. We're now going to a new camp. What a good game's so gorgeous, man. It's so pretty. Holy cow. Gotta love the juxtaposition of a bunch of outlaws in a beautiful landscape.
Lenny! Micah, get over here!
Yes, boss.
You two ride up ahead, make sure there's no surprises. We've had enough of those.
Me with the boy?
Just go.
Come on, kid. You can buy me a whiskey.
Oh boy, we're driving the cart. Okay. Yeah! Yeah! So far, Dutch and Micah seem really insecure, but they express it very different. Am I reading that wrong? I don't think it would be good for me to say whether you're reading it wrong, John. Micah absolutely does seem to be, and we kind of explained that a little bit last night. I think that has to do with the fact that he wants to be a leader, but doesn't really show the traits. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, let's take a look.
You all right back there? Does everything look all right?
Well, what's going on?
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
All right, let's get it fixed.
You need help?
I reckon we can handle it. All right, Charles, you and me hold the thing up while you try and put the wheel back on, Arthur.
You still strong enough to hold up a wagon?
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
Don't say less.
Well, at least it fell off and didn't snap.
Get the wheel up.
Ash wheel. I need a hammer.
Nearly there.
See? You ain't so useless after all.
Not quite.
Who dat?
What do you think? If they wanted trouble, we wouldn't have seen them.
Poor bastards. We really screwed them over down here.
Sure did.
Come on, let's not push our luck.
What happened?
Well, get in. I'll tell you. Not too far now. Stay on this trail. We'll follow the river, then cut left inland. So,
Okie dokie.
yes, the Indians in these parts got sold a very raw deal. Come on, we're falling behind. This is the heartlands we're going to. Good farming and grazing country. They lost it all. Stole them clean away from them, it was, every blade of grass. Killed or herded up to the reservations in the middle of nowhere.
And how's that different from anywhere else?
Well, maybe it's not. I just heard some of the army out here was particularly unpleasant about it.
Unpleasant? How do you rob and kill people pleasantly? We don't, despite a Dutch's talk.
I fear I was perhaps trying to simplify something more complicated for the benefit of our block-headed driver here.
Hey, don't blame it on me. Never forget, this here's a con man, Charles, born and bred. Just 'cause it sounds fancy don't mean he knows a damn thing about what he's talking about. So, what happened to your tribe?
Okay, so that's an interesting comment by Arthur. And I think that's probably indicative of the times. Again, you know, one of the things that is very important to remember about this context is that the majority of folks that are out here are not educated. So if we see things that don't look particularly intelligent to us, we have to keep that in mind. It's not necessarily the fault of the folks that are in this world. It's the fault of the fact that they just don't have access to education. Many of them probably can't read or write. So that makes intelligent folks who use big words, so to speak, who are very articulate and abstract in their ideas, threatening. Because there's always the idea, like, I think there's a lot of self-reflection into the fact that folks aren't educated. There's more ownership of it. But in knowing that that's the case, a person who is perceived to be more intelligent is going to be threatening because a person recognizes I maybe don't have the intellectual capacity to understand where he's going. And so approaching folks like that with skepticism is going to make a lot of sense in this context. We actually see a lot of this even in present day. A lot of anti-intellectualism and seeing people who are educated as threats. But especially here, it makes complete sense why we would see that with skepticism and why somebody like him, you say, yeah, he's a con man and a swindler and you got to take everything he says with a grain of salt. Well, it makes sense. So I think it speaks to Arthur's perception of the context he's in and says a little bit about that guy that we're with.
I don't even know if I have one. At least, not that I can remember. My father was a colored man. He told me he lived with our people for a while. A number of free men did. When we were forced to move from our lands, the three of us fled. I was too young to really remember much. My whole life I've been on the run. A couple years later, some soldiers captured my mother. Took her somewhere. We never saw her again. We drifted around. He was a very sad man, and the drink had a mean hold on him. Around 13, I just took off on my own.
That was about the age we found young Arthur here. Maybe a little older. A wilder delinquent you never did see. But he learned fast.
Not as fast as Marston, apparently.
Wait, I don't understand. What's the problem between you two?
Arthur?
It's a long story.
Well, I'd love
Still
to
heading
hear
the
it.
right way?
That depends. Are we still heading west in search of fortune and repose in virgin forests as we planned? No. Are we heading in the correct direction on our desperate escape from the law eastwards down the mountains? Yes, I believe so.
You know this area?
A little. I've been through a couple of times. There's a livestock town not too far from here called Valentine. Cowboys, outlaws, working girls, our kind of place.
Driscoll's?
Probably them too.
Pinkertons?
Let's hope not.
And this place we're going. Wait, what's it called again?
Go on, why are we so far behind? Horseshoe Overlook.
It's a good place to lie low.
It'll do for now. And how low do you think Dutch is really going to lie? It's just, you know, maybe it's me who's changed, not him, but we kept telling him that ferry job didn't feel right.
Wait, are other people getting the audio issue? I don't hear an audio issue on my end. Like, it doesn't sound that weird for me. So are you guys, is it like truly doubled or does it just sound a little bit different? I want to make sure that we troubleshoot this if that's the case before I go any further. Because, yeah, it sounds fine on my end. Audio's fine. Your mic sounds good, but the characters sound tinny. Yeah, I don't hear it either.
You and me had a real lead in Blackwater that could have worked out.
Maybe.
It just isn't like Dutch to lose his head like that.
Things go wrong sometimes. People die. It's the way it is. Always has been. Me, you, Dutch. We've all been in this line of work a long time. And we're still here, so... I figure we must have got it right a hell of a lot more than we got it wrong. What are you working on there, anyway?
Just some yarrow and ginseng. Good for the health. Better than that stuff you buy in the store. Yeah, you can have all this. I'm at the point where I can do it with my eyes closed.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So, an interesting part of this conversation is it seems like they really equate whether things are going right or wrong with whether they survive it. I mean, if survival is so paramount in this world, I guess we probably don't have the luxury of other more sophisticated means of achievement. As long as we're alive, we must be doing something right. That's a hell of a way to justify a lot of the decisions you make. But I do think it's important for all of us to consider what we do, what we use to justify our decisions.
Thanks.
Hey, slow up. I'll jump on.
Who's this guy?
Okay, let's go.
Any trouble getting in here, Javier?
Nope. It went well. This is a good spot.
Excellent. I think this will work for us, Arthur. For now, anyway.
It's hard for me to know when I can talk in this game because they do so much talking.
Here we are, gentlemen. Home sweet home.
You weren't wrong, Hosea. This place is perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck, east of the Grizzlies and out of money, and a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother, but we are safe. We make a bit of money here, then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam, in a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of course, Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble. Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers. It is time for everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find, the camp gets its slice. Now be sensible out there.
Now the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me. You two will be ready shortly. We put you over here.
sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson, I've seen shit with more common sense than you. Do it properly.
Horseshoe Overlook, Chapter 2. A couple of weeks later. Nicole, thank you for the membership. I appreciate it so much.
We got off the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier, in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess.
Arthur?
Jose?
Quite a day.
Let's hope so.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill, Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Okay. So we have set up camp. Dutch has a twinkle in his eye. Seems to me that Dutch maybe does a little bit better when he's got some distance from Mr. O'Driscoll.
Oh, Arthur, my boy. My dear boy.
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing at all. For the first time in weeks. Nothing. We're free. We're free to plan our own futures once more.
I hope so, Dutch.
You kept the faith, Arthur. You always kept it.
And I ain't losing it now.
Now, the question one would ask here is that good enough? See, here's what's tricky about this dynamic. If we are all so bound to Dutch as the leader of this group, and people have unconditionally decided that Dutch is the person that we are going to put our stock in, we live and die with his temperament and his agenda. If Dutch all of a sudden decides, hey, something else is going on that's really important, he's going to rally us for that. Because though he says we're free, we still, freedom comes with its own gray area. Freedom means that anything's possible. And for us folks that have been doing what we've been doing for so long, the idea of freedom may actually be really scary. So when there's a whole bunch of uncertainty in what does freedom actually mean, we're going to turn to Dutch. And how does he exercise his freedom? Who does he consult with? And us living and dying by him and his decisions could go very well if he decides to use it properly, and could go very poorly if he makes it about some sort of personal vendetta. And the thing is he's been talking about revenge being a luxury we can't afford. Well, does he mean that with freedom, perhaps now it's a luxury we can afford? Like, I don't know what kind of currency he's talking about, but I just find myself being a little bit worried about what this means for us, given that Dutch is excited about freedom, but still is now saying, like, now we got to figure out what we do with it. If you haven't picked up already, I have some skepticism toward Dutch. I don't know if that's just because, there's probably a bunch of reasons for that. there's been so much mixed messaging with Dutch at this point that, like, I want to believe him. I want to follow him. I trust to some extent what he's trying to do because of what he says. But he also does some stuff to try to reinforce the idea that loyalty is indeed the thing that is most important. Like, when he came over here and he talked to me, first thing he says is, "You've always kept the faith." And for that, you know, and I appreciate that, and I hope you continue to do so. Well, that's him basically saying, you know what, Arthur? You know what I appreciate more than anything else? The fact that you are loyal. All right, let's shave. I don't really know how to do that. Oh, here we go. Shaving kit. Yeah, Arthur, you're looking a little scruffy here, brother. I'm thinking we go full chops. Thinking we dump the chin. And I think we keep, well... Okay. Alright, the chops are maybe a little long. Maybe we clean up the chops just a smidge. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Are you going off the knowledge of what you know in Red Dead 1? No, I am not using I don't remember Red Dead 1 enough to even do that. But no, so a common theme, by the way, that all of you will notice more and more as you watch these playthroughs is the use of hindsight to make sense of the present is totally unfair. It does not actually make people look smarter when they use hindsight knowledge to like in the present with video games. So I am not at all going to use anything that I would remember from Red Dead 1 to make sense of what's happening here. It's to me, that's detrimental to the stream itself. What do we have here? A Warren Gambler's hat? Arthur's Gambler's hat? I mean, I like the Beaver Big Valley hat because it's got some purple. All right. Oats. The Montana. Look at that. Man, we got a hell of a wardrobe. I don't think I need a coat. We're gonna go coatless here. I think maybe we go vest. Depending on what we got here. Let's see what shirts we got. Oh, you gotta go pinstripes. Absolutely pinstripes. Pants. See those jeans. Oh, yeah. Arthur, we're going to make you look good. Some cotton suspenders. Absolutely. Oh, I don't have chaps yet. That's a bummer. Ooh, we got the deluxe relentless. We got the steel toes. Let's go with the Ramblers. Yep, good. Okay. Spurs? Absolutely, give me spurs. Yeah, we got to make him look good, Chad. We got to absolutely. No, we're not going mask. Nope. Bandana. I like that bandana a lot better. Neckerchief, no thank you. Gloves. A little hot for gloves. Weapon equipment, primary holsters, we're good. Gun belt, we're good. Bandolier. Ooh. Yep, give me that bandolier. Looking good. Ooh, some satchels. Good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, chat. Lyle Morgan. Larceny. Arthur's dog. Hosea, Dutch, and Arthur. Damn, we're looking good. I want to read that. What is this book? I want to read this book.
How's things?
I've had better days.
Playing dress up. Anime attack from Twitch. What's up? Oh, Steph. Hi. Hi, Steph. Big love to you, friend. Thank you so much for bringing people over here. Sorry, I was playing dress up. I was getting real excited about how my man Arthur's going to be looking. I wanted to make sure he looked nice and spiffy for y'all as you came in. Big howdies to everybody coming over from BFHs. BFHs to everybody coming along from Steph. That stands for big fucking howdies if you need them, all right? Big fucking howdies going to all y'all. Thank you so much for being here. This is game sessions with a therapist where we play cool games and we use them to analyze psychological concepts, and we look really freaking good doing it. Thank you, Steph, for bringing folks my way. I really do appreciate it. By the way, if y'all haven't already, please take a second to like this video. It's right below the video itself. Helps a lot with the algorithm. We just got to this town, and I wanna chat it up with folks.
How's a cigar? Not bad, but sometimes I prefer a pipe. I've been meaning to get one for ages. I left the old one in Blackwater. I know.
Well, if I find one, you can have it.
Well, you are a gentleman, Mr. Morgan. I raised you well.
Don't take too much pride in your work.
Okay.
Morning, Arthur.
By the way, if y'all don't follow Steph, please make sure you go over to Twitch and follow Steph at Anime. She is a wonderful human, and I really appreciate your support. An American Eden. They say only the fool quotes himself, and I confess that along with ample reserves of stupidity, I have also been cursed with an excess of vanity. So the reader will forgive me if I quote myself. Quote, the real America can only be found not in desires, but in the purity of its landscape. This remark is commonplace enough, but in my commonplace mind, it resonated since I wrote it in a second-rate book a few years ago. What did I mean by it? When I wrote it, I did not mean very much by it. I merely liked the turn of the phrase. But since then, this idea has captured my mind. America is a land that is captivated by its own appetites. Of that, there can be no doubt. We are taught to cherish only the temporary feelings of satiety that repeated binging upon our appetites can ensure. Yet this is not liberty. We are not free to merely to choose a poison. We are free to think, to feel, and to be. We are free to live in this landscape, in this Eden, if we choose it so to be, and live free from these unceasing desires. The very things that have plagued European man since the Enlightenment. The great sea of desires that leads to all mankind's assorted folly. Here in this landscape so perfectly cherished by our native cousins, we, they, and all those who value it are free to worship at God's truest altar. Trees that make this vast and perfect place so perfect. Yet we bespoil it with European delusions. The delusions that we can compete with God, that our built environment can transcend his, that our factories and the squalid conditions that arise in the towns in which they are built will somehow allow us to be happy. Quote, we are not fools, for fools cannot see their idiocy. We are somehow worse than fools, for we will ourselves to do things of such profound stupidity, despite knowing that we will hate what we have built. Who lacks a factory? What man's soul was ever lifted up by a tenement building? Who enjoys seeing working men reduced to wretches and their wives and children treated not as cherished members of a family, but as an awful burden? We need better, and yet better is all around. Better is America. By attempting to transform it into a poor impersonation of Europe, we are as Adam, eating once more of the apple, only this time knowing full well of the consequences. To free the American soul, this new world soul, we must free the American spirit from the prison in which we have placed it. We must return to the American landscape. We must seek our solace, our comfort, our very heaven in the perfection and splendor of this place. Damn. Okay, so don't be Europe, I guess, is the point of this.
I'm famished, Mr. Pearson.
Believe me, you'll be the first to know.
By the way, I like this because this is giving some real context to the world that we're in. Nikolai Fedorov, translated from the Russian by Hubert Pallet. Chapter 47. I'm reading these, by the way. Hope you're ready. You're wrong, brother. Very wrong, opined the priest, sickly and pale, though he now undeniably was. His brother, Andrei Denisovich, stared at him, pride and shame intermingled in his face. Pride that he was what he had set out to be, above all, that he was the man the world saw him to be, and shame that his brother saw through him so effortlessly and with such devastating consequences for them both. All of these constructed illusions, and yet underneath he was just a little boy, naked before the God he no longer quite believed in, nor could quite abandon. Quote, I want to hate you, Sergei Denisovich, brother. I want it very badly, and yet I envy you more than any man alive, he admitted. And he turned away. I don't understand. I am sick beyond repair. I am humiliated beyond repair. What do I have? What have I to envy? I am, as yourself said, a disgrace to our family and to the motherland, said the priest. Yet you have faith. You still have faith, said his brother, Andrei. I am a man set adrift. I'm not even a man. I may be a gentleman, but I am no man. I'm a wonderful animal. An animal in a frock coat. I've killed well, hunted well, fought well, loved women well, and yet I am not a man. Not like you. I am an animal. I live like an animal. I have dignity, even the innocence of an animal, but I am still an animal. The lamp flickered, then it went out. They sat for a long time in the dark, silent, disconsolate, and suddenly overjoyed. The priest wheezed a little. More remained unspoken between them, and yet there was nothing more that needed to be said. Life, at the very last, made sense to him. His cavalry would be lonely and thankless. He had long known that, and long accepted his fate. And yet, like others who are truly fortunate, he saw that for all his disgrace and his fall, all the trouble he had caused, his life was a thing of great joy, for his life, in the moment, had all that eluded him through the years of his disgrace. His life had acquired grace, and the light had entered into it. You know, brother, I remember when we were boys, it was you, not me, who was intended for the church, he croaked. I turned my back on that nonsense a long time ago, said his brother sadly, and yet I found only other nonsense. For you, there is still time, said his brother. For me, there is no more time, and nor do I need it. I long for all that you have. I went to Paris. I went to England. I went to Copenhagen. I found nothing but idle pleasures, pleasures that showed me that the Russian way is not the European way, that we can only find our salvation in trees and forests, and yet here I am in St. Petersburg, enjoying the life of an idle fool. And trapped, brother, trapped. We are never trapped, said Sergei. If you learn anything from me, learn that. The spring had been a lonely one for Andrei Denisovich, a terrifying look into the void that would envelop him unless he acted. They looked at each other calmly, both at peace with what was now inevitable. The church bells chimed in the distance. The peasants walked home in the evening twilight. The world was both old and very, very new. Andrei Denisovich knew that he must kill his brother, and Sergei, his brother, his beloved partner, the man who loved and hated more than any other, knew that he must die. He was not afraid, for this would save his brother's family, and, ultimately, the estate and all of its souls. The eternal life, the truer, better life awaited him, and he was happy to die. "Do it, brother," he implored, his sickly yellowish eyes bright and tear-stained. His brother would not look at him. His brother, who had fought the French and the British, who had won duels, was close to tears. "Do what?" he stammered. "Do what must be done. Do what will make you a man. Make you whole. Save the world. I am not afraid. You must do it. I fear nothing aside from your cowardice. Let me know that my brother is a man, not a coward," the sickly priest said, half in jest, yet both knew he was serious. Wow. Now, I am generally of the belief that things like that are there for a reason, and I do wonder if that is maybe an allegory for potentially what's going on between me and Dutch here. Maybe not. Maybe just a really neat book, but I like that. Let's give some money, huh? I will give $5 because I am a benevolent god. Man, that's a lot of trust to just have money sitting in a lockbox like that. And a penny, absolutely.
Keep it coming.
Anyway, I won't disturb you.
All right, Arthur.
All right, so he needs a pipe. Let's go learn a little bit more about what's going on here. Man, I'm looking good.
Herr Morgan.
What's up, Strauss?
Hello, Mr. Strauss. Smells like good coffee.
One of life's great pleasures.
Indeed.
Enjoy.
Splendid, Mr. Morgan.
All right, he's got nothing for him. Who's this guy?
Mr. Morgan.
You're Arthur, right?
Oh!
Ain't no concern of yours.
I'm hungry.
I don't give a damn.
Look, you seem like a decent fella behind it all.
Then you ain't a good judge of character.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it there then.
So this guy is the guy we took from the O'Driscoll camp. Now, I find this interesting that he says, you know, behind all that, I sense that there's maybe a decent man. And Arthur's like, nah, you're wrong. If Arthur really... So, here's kind of how projection works and self-schemas work. So if Arthur really does believe that he is a bad person and has created that internal schema for himself, he is going to act in accordance with that. And anytime that somebody suggests otherwise, that is actually going to create some level of internal aversive arousal for him. And he is likely going to double down on the fact that he is a bad person. He's going to project that into the world. He's going to assume that other folks see him as a bad man. And anybody who doesn't, anybody who, like Kieran here, indicate that they think that he's good, if they appeal to his humanity, he's going to argue with them because it misaligns with his own internal story. And this is important for all of us to understand, because if you go out into the world projecting that you're a bad person, that you're incompetent, that you're a burden, you're going to interact with people as if that is the case, even when they flex their own autonomy and tell you what their perception of you is. And so then you put people into a position where they have to defend their positive opinion of you. And if you do enough of that, you become burdensome by not internalizing, or at the very least allowing other folks to have their own opinion of you. And so Arthur keeps acting on this idea that he's a bad man. And he doesn't have to be. It's a choice that he continues to perpetuate that narrative for himself, and he needs to be careful, because if he's in a position where he could maybe do the right thing versus do the wrong thing, he might choose the wrong thing because he thinks that aligns with who he is instead of actually taking a more 30,000 foot level of it. So, I mean, Arthur seems very hellbent. And I actually think, you know, another piece of this is that what they're doing to this Kieran guy really only... If Arthur's a good person, he has to sit with the dissonance of that. He has to say, well, wait a second. If I'm a good person, then I wouldn't do this. And Kieran appealing to that, I think, is actually really smart on his part, because he's maybe instilling some doubt passively into Arthur, so that eventually maybe he accesses his humanity, because he says, you know what, if I do want to be a good person, it's true. I would maybe help this guy out. It's the best shot he can take. But if Arthur continues to say, I'm a bad man, it makes it a lot easier to have that situation available.
That sounds so good.
Take some stew here. Let's see, can I take this over to this guy, or is Dutch going to kill me if I do this? Oh no, I'm not eating in front of this guy. That's mean. I don't know why Windows Sonic was on, but I think we're good now.
What do you think of this place, Susan?
An improvement on the last, that's for sure.
Well, that ain't too hard. All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right then, Arthur.
Can anybody spare me a bite?
I don't really understand at this point why we're holding this guy hostage either. It doesn't it doesn't really seem to be, other than it's an example, but
Okay, Mr. Morgan.
Glad to be off that mountain, Mr. Pearson?
Yes, indeed. Lots to do now.
Yeah, for all of us. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
Sure, well, as you were.
Damn it, Pearson.
all right. Well, I'm glad we got it figured out. I'll double check that every time now. Does being an outlaw dictate morality? I think it does if it is defined to be a certain thing. So like when we talk about being an outlaw, that comes with it a certain identity and expectations. And the thing is like, this is why it's really important for all of us to consider the labels we put on ourselves and the roles we take. Because sometimes you might do something that's more in the spirit of your own values, and that may be anti the group you're in. And if being part of the group is what keeps you alive, you may override your own sensibilities for what's going on in the group. And so if we've defined ourselves as outlaws, and that's what we've built an entire group dynamic around, that's a little bit nerve-wracking, because it means that in order for us to still be cohesive as a group and have a shared understanding of who we are, we're going to have to break the law. And then what's going to happen is we're perpetually going to put ourselves in a position where we are doing bad things and are being chased because it reinforces our outlawness. And so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. We talk about freedom, we talk about not having to be outlaws, but this entire group doesn't necessarily know what it is without that. The only thing we know, outlaw is a role that is in relation to another role. It suggests that the organized group, that civilized society, is something we are the antithesis of. And so if we're trying to integrate ourselves into that in some way, that cuts across the entire role that we have. And that's going to create a collective anxiety. And if we're not careful, we're going to continue to perpetuate what it is to be an outlaw, because that's what we know. That's what we've built our entire survivability and group dynamic around. And humans do this all the time. It's why it's so hard to get out of certain roles once you've built them up and collaborated with folks and found community in them. Core, to answer your question, it's a behavioral decision. Doom scrolling is a behavior. It's not like a mentality or anything like that. So if you want to curb doom scrolling behavior, you've got to decide to do something different than pick up your phone and look at what you're looking at. It takes discipline to do that. All right, so we've got some missions over here. Looks like we got maybe a mission for Pearson.
Hello.
And then we're gonna go to town, I guess. I'm still kind of getting a hang of how all this works. Like, what does he need something from me?
All good there, Pearson?
Still need more food, Mr. Morgan. Yeah, you should try your luck again with that bow.
I know, I will. Well, I should get back to it.
Yes, yes.
there.
You got everything you need, Miss Grimshaw?
Oh, not by a long shot, Mr. Morgan. We lost a lot in the move.
We'll be back on our feet soon. Okay, well, let's talk more later.
Sure.
All right, I think we're ready to go. So we'll hop on the horse. And we'll go to town, I guess. Oh wait, we got somebody nearby here, but I guess we'll talk to this lady.
You okay, Abigail?
Settling in.
Good. All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right then, Arthur.
We know if Miss Adler is still with us? I don't know, Mona. I haven't seen her. It doesn't mean she isn't, though.
All quiet, Hosea?
Thankfully, yes.
Good. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
See you later.
Did that guy just fart?
Did you and Micah see anything when you rode ahead?
Nothing we need to worry about.
Okay, good. Okay, well, let's talk more later.
Sure.
Somebody's singing over here.
How you doing, Karen?
Oh, all right, I guess. Grimshaw's driving me crazy.
Well, so no change there. Anyway, I won't disturb you.
Okay, then.
So Lenny did fart. We all collectively heard that, right? I love it. I want to live in a settlement where farting is fine. Excellent. Who's this man reading out here?
Hey, Arthur. How you feeling?
Stronger for sure.
But not strong enough to work. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
All right then.
Not strong. All right. Easy, Arthur.
You okay there, Tilly?
I'm okay. Warm at least. Could do with getting out of here for a bit.
I'm sure. Well, I should get back to it.
All right, Arthur.
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry about your husband, your home.
He was worth 100 of you thieves and murderers.
I have no doubt. Okay, well, let's talk more later.
Okay, Arthur.
So Arthur makes an attempt to empathize with her, but he's part of the reason why she's upset. And I mean, I guess I can appreciate that Arthur's willing to just own up to it and be like, yeah, we're pieces of shit, but that doesn't exactly make things better. This woman is stuck. But again, to reinforce what we were talking about Arthur's self-narrative, right? She says you guys are pieces of shit, and Arthur's basically like, yep, sure are. Super easy for him to put that in. He doesn't get defensive about it. I would be curious how some of the others would respond to that. Like, would some of the others listen to that and go like, how dare you call me a piece of shit, yada, yada, yada. Like, something tells me that Dutch would not take particularly well to that. So, Arthur already has a bit of a different perspective on who he is relative to his role as an outlaw, and I do wonder if that's going to create tension down the line. I don't know how it couldn't. Oh, what's up, Uncle? Get your ass up, brother.
Ow! Oh, oh!
Careful not to work yourself to death there, Uncle.
I was thinking.
Yeah, does it pay well?
Oh, eventually.
So, while the rest of us are busy stealing, killing, lying, fighting to try to survive, you get to think all day.
Well, it's a strange world we live in, Arthur Morgan.
Do you want to head into town? See if we can find anything out?
Sure. I got some errands to run.
Great. Go check the horses are ready.
You gonna take the old man into town? You take us too?
Well, what you got planned?
Nothing. We'll find something for y'all to do. We always do.
We're bored out of our minds. Been cooped up here for 2 weeks now. Karen's about ready to murder Grimshaw.
Well, can Miss Grimshaw spare you?
Can Miss Grimshaw spare you? What's happened to you, Arthur? 3 young, healthy women want you to take them a robbing. You're worried about house chores. Let's go.
Fair enough. You got me. Come on, then.
I can't believe we're going to see civilization. Feels like weeks since we did.
Yeah, Valentine. Very embodiment of civilization. You ladies are gonna love it.
Okay, then. Let's go.
All right. Out through the trees here, then take a left.
You got it, Uncle. Let's move out. So the late, I mean, yeah, I would want to get out of here too. How boring of a camp would this be to just sit in all the time? I'm down with the need for some novelty, for some civilization.
Lady, that's a song.
I got a girl in Berryville. Can't be screwed because she's too damn ill. So I don't go down there no more with this blue horse laid outside her door. I got a girl in Valentine. Likes to drink that fancy wine. Blue in her hand with 2 feet tall. Cranking her pants, they pour it all. I got a girl in Berryville. Can't get her because she won't stay still.
Look at that nose. He's all over the place.
Won't take left instead of right.
Oh shit!
Damn it! Oh, shit, the horse! Damn horses.
Is one of you going to get that fella's horse?
Well, I got lumbago. It's very serious.
All right, I'll see what's going on.
Lumbago? What the hell's lumbago?
Lumbago, really? You all right there, friend?
Oh, hey, you couldn't help me get my other horse back from over there, could you?
Sure thing.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks. It's the white one over there.
You got it, brother. Call him the escaped horse. All right. This is just me and a horse. Come here. I don't know how to do this. I didn't go to school for this.
It looks pretty smooth.
I know how to calm down a human. I don't know how to calm down a horse. A common painful condition affecting the lower portion of the spine. Got it.
Hey, Uncle, that is a gentleman.
Whoa there. Easy.
Come here. Come here, pal. Nice and easy.
There, boy.
Be nice and reassuring. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Hey! That wasn't so bad. Be a nice stabilizing force. Keep it chill. Approach slowly. Show the horse that you mean business. You get it done. No, Weirdick, they did not. Not bad. Let's help this fella out. Some good karma into the world here. There's a big horse.
Here you go.
You're a gentleman, sir. A gentleman.
No, not really. I was just trying to impress the women.
Well, anyway, thank you.
Another one. Man. I want to know where Arthur learned to be so steadfast in his self-loathing. I want to know where he learned that. This guy thanks him, and Arthur can't even bring himself to say to the guy, "You're welcome. I'm happy to help." He says, nah, it's not about you. I was just trying to impress the women. I'm a piece of shit. That narrative at some point in Arthur's life must have served a very specific function. That, or it was drilled into him in his formative years. Like people don't come out into the world automatically thinking they're bad people. People come out into the world and they're told that. And so what it makes me wonder is that at some point, if Arthur was doing good deeds, so to speak, and was maybe punished for it and learned that doing good is not actually useful. Doing good gets you screwed. Being bad allows you to preserve your autonomy. He may very well have built a narrative that I'm a piece of shit. And he just sticks to that. And I think, again, he has to. We have to take the group dynamic into account. The people he rolls with have this idea that they're outlaw, shitty people. And if Arthur starts to question that, he probably has to question the group, which is to also question his survival. And people get into this bind all the time, where if the groups that you align with, if you start to dissent from them, even if it means finding your own self-worth, you're gonna experience tension and dissonance in that. That's how cults can hold people in, especially if they do bad stuff. I'm not calling our group a cult per se, but it's striking to me how often Arthur adheres to his inner schema of himself and his inner dialogue that he is a bad person. I mean, he is just throwing that out in the world completely. Even when he just helped this guy out. He says, hey, nice, thank you. And Arthur comes up with a completely other story to maintain the sense that he sucks. So it's not being humble? I don't think so. No, not when we see him say this repeatedly. Also, I don't know what reason Arthur has to be humble here. Like, all the guy said was thank you. That's it. Maybe he's had a shitty life full of bad things and he just believes that bad things happen to bad people. That very well could be the case as well. Also good to see you, Jared. But there's very much something about connecting with...
Come on, Arthur. Enough showing off.
Huh.
Let's go.
Well, there you go. There you go. We just did a good deed, and Uncle says, quit your showing off. That's a perfect example. That is a perfect example. Arthur goes and does something good, and Uncle immediately punishes him with the way that he interfaces with him when he gets back on the cart. This couldn't be because Arthur has it in his heart to help folks. This must be because Arthur's showing off. He's got an ulterior motive. So he's effectively punished Arthur for doing that. We come back to our group and they give me shit for it. This is what I mean. This stuff gets reinforced. It's amazing how quickly we just saw that happen. That is wild.
To Valentine!
You're turning into a regular old fairy godmother there, Arthur.
There you go.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you got a heart. A small one, perhaps, hidden deep inside, but a real one. And you haven't, your repulsive old blizzard.
Blizzards have hearts.
Well, Arthur, I'm proud of you.
To be honest, if you lot hadn't been here, I probably would have robbed him.
Well, you did.
There you go. If you guys wouldn't have been here, I probably would have robbed him.
Smell those sheep.
Or is that Uncle?
Oh, very funny.
This looks like a decent little town.
Other people, finally.
Look at all that snow on the mountains. Sure don't want to be back up there.
You
Nope.
think we should have asked Molly to come with us?
Oh, no. Miss O'Shea is far too high and mighty now for the likes of us. Or to do any real work. She's a society lady now. Okay. Take a good look around, ladies. Let's see what we got here.
Nice little town here. Howdy, folks. Just passing on through. Oh my God. I love everything about this.
Go left here, down the main street.
Yes, sir.
There's always on the right. Sure, you can pick up some bounties there, Arthur.
Heaven forbid you put your head on the line.
Yeah, that's a young man's game.
Ooh, yes. We can get up to some mischief here, all right.
Just remember, keep a low profile.
Will you remember that, though, Arthur?
Probably not.
Let's park up down the end there, near the stables.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, fellas.
Damn, what's wrong with you? The hell's the matter with you?
All right. Here we are, just like I said. The cultural center of civilization. Man at his finest.
Uncle, what are we doing?
Well, we're gonna do what any self-respecting maniac does. Put the women to work.
With pleasure. We'll start at the saloon.
Okay, just stay out of trouble and don't get yourselves noticed.
Right, I need to get something from the stores.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the general store when you're done.
Come on, ladies. Imagine we're in Paris.
Come on.
I imagine Paris and
So that's how you see yourself, is it? A maniac?
Well, in my youth, I used to be known as the one-shot kid.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask why.
You are a sad man, Arthur Morgan. But I know you love me.
Desperately. You're my favorite parasite. No. Ringworm's my favorite parasite. You're my second favorite parasite.
Very funny.
I lied. Ringworm, then rats with the plague, then you.
Shut up. This is the place now. Come on. Afternoon.
You know, I imagine that kind of banter and jesting is a sign of it's a sign of respect, I'm guessing, and camaraderie. Like I think that's probably where we see some of the connections with these folks through their banter, obviously. And I think somebody that you aren't jesting with and giving a hard time, somebody who's not a good sport about that, it's probably a reflection that you are either standoffish to them, you don't trust them, or you're not sure what you're going to get from them. So this tells me, at least at the outset here, that Arthur and Uncle have probably a very close relationship, and that's why they rag on each other like this. And so I'll be curious to see kind of what that means for us going forward. But this is the kind of world where, like, you're probably not going to give people a hard time unless you know they can take it. Because everybody's kind of quick to shoot from the hip if they need to.
So, what do you need?
Hell, a drop of whiskey for a start. You know, something to pass the time while we're waiting on the women.
Always thinking ahead, ain't you?
You're looking a bit tired there, Arthur. Why don't you pick up some coffee while we're here?
Plenty out on the shelves, but I got more out back. Whiskey's on the top shelf, nearest the door.
Buy some coffee. Kentucky bourbon.
I don't know.
Gin. Maybe. Premium cigarettes. Peaches, biscuit, corn.
So, you're actually buying for once? Are you feeling all right?
See this? Young folk got no respect for their elders no more. What do you reckon? The lamb or the sausage?
Well, this here's a sheep town. The lamb's the best in the state.
Now I know what the smell is.
Well, that's a ripe cheese, all right.
Where is the coffee? He told me where the coffee is. There it is. Buy for $1.
Well, look at this. A jar.
Okay, if you're done, I'll meet you outside. I won't be too long.
I'll take 2 jars while we're here. What else we got? Let's do a little more example. Ooh, some hair pomade. Yes, indeed. Little Dapper Dan.
That should do us. Let's go wait for them outside.
I got to indulge my vanity. Assorted biscuits, sweet corn. Some cigars, some cigarettes. I got a couple cigars. We got some chocolate bars. Horse Reviver. Damn. Where's the Horse Reviver? Right next to the classic oatcakes. A pocket watch for $15. Holy shit. Gun oil. Corn. Carrots. Anything else? What do you got for me, shopkeep? I mean, obviously we got to go clothing. We got let's take a look at the shirts we got here, huh? Our dress shirts are fancy, and we don't carry old or unsightly patterns that aged or infirmed still cling to, assuming that they remain in fashion while drifting into some dim-witted tirade that exhibits their failing faculties. Our shirts are made for fine trade, for no better barometer to a man's character exists than that of his shirt. Are there stains from a greasy lunch, or drops of blood visible on the collar from the unsophisticated and poor shave? Are they yellowed about the collar, indicating a person scarcely cares about their appearance and is likely to exhibit craven behavior or sloth? All shirts should be discarded once a year and purchased anew. Fashion's latest edict is for men's fancy bosom laundered shirts. Every man should be thoroughly up to date, for there is nothing so melancholic and disheartening as a man who is out of date, for he fades into a bland, renacious existence, exhibiting a redolent, stale odor. See our stock of men's soft negligee shirts and ideal outing shirts. Our outing shirts are ideal for riding a bicycle, fishing, milking, boating, brewing, farming, ale tasting, appraising, smithing, barding, tanning, tobacco packing, sexing livestock, rug making, preaching, onion peeling, lathing, or making night soil. Reflect on these values. Take considerable time to ponder them. You may at times become overwhelmed with gratitude at the goods we provide, ensuring you delight, as material goods are what make men happy. Oh man, if I wasn't gonna buy a shirt before that, I'm buying one now. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I love this. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh my god, there's one for all of them. Oh my god, this is so awesome. Okay, stand collar shirt. I don't know. French dress shirt. I don't know that I'm feeling that. Union suit, collar over shirt. I don't like the collars on all of these. I don't know that I'm into this. Holy cow. So many boots. Accessories. Ooh, I actually... Rifleman gloves. I might consider a purchase of those. We got spurs. They do mail orders. Fine leather suspenders. Fringe shotgun chaps. I mean, black and deer hide fringe shotgun chaps featuring 2 front pockets and rawhide fringes. Guys, I'm thinking... You can even choose if you want to wear your shirt open or closed to roll your sleeves up or not. I love that. Oh, man. Okay, I'm thinking we get some shotgun chaps. I want to wear some chaps. Very important to me that we do that. I want some dark chaps. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. We got our chaps. Feels good. I want to read this whole catalog. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it right now, but I really want to read this whole catalog. I freaking love this. Look at how much detail is put into this. A possum hat? What? Chat! Oh my god! Oh man! The bulldogger hat. Oh my god! Look at this. Oh man, see, I love advertising so much. All right, Tailor-Made Clothing. Every article of clothing is cut on the most current styles by expert tailors. You may rest assured that if you spend a few dollars on one of your suits, it will certainly compare favorably with any custom tailor work completed by a local manufacturer. They charge big prices with blushing descriptions for poorly made goods. We employ first-class cutters, dozens of men who obsessively contemplate every inseam, crevice, and comfort of yours, and especially your children's bodies. We realize you wear the same suit every day and require one that is superior in quality no matter if you are short, stout, tall, slim, or of extra large size due to disorder of the glands. None are bigger. Our clothing department currently occupies the entire 5th floor of our warehouse. You cannot reasonably fathom the extensive scale to which our operation conducts commerce. We are certainly the largest direct-to-consumer clothing department, and without exception offer the greatest value. Tell all your friends and family. Speaking of telling all your friends and family, tell all your friends and family about this stream. It is virtually impossible for any firm to compete with us on men's suits. We only charge you the exact cost of producing the raw materials at the woolen mills and sewing it together, adding our small 1% of profit. We do not recognize any competition whatsoever. They add an extortionate amount of profit and should hang their heads in shame. What purpose would it serve to acknowledge them in the street or at a trade event? You do not live too far away. Even if you live 200 or 1,000 miles away, we can ship it to you via freight. We ship to outposts and hollers across this great land, to people far and wide, from the most educated of classes to those that can scarcely inscribe or spell their own name and instead sign with an X. Rules for measuring. When ordering, give your age, race, height, and weight. Race. Why are... race. And observe the following rules. Request that measurement be taken by your sister, spouse, or mother. And ensure proper attention is paid to measuring from the groin, pressing tight in the crotch to the heel. Measure chest, sleeves to elbow and neck. Indicate whether you have square or sloping shoulders and if you suffer from scoliosis. Okay, so there's the little bit of some racism and sexism right there. You know, you can't do it, but your ladies can. Get your sister to do it. Holy hell. All right, there is nothing so comfortable as wearing one of our black wool suits on a summer day. Our closely woven goods, worsted and cheviot suits very closely resemble those made by first-class French tailors from France that often sell for twice as much. And indeed, at a short distance, you can no better distinguish one type of cloth or garment from another, and it would be absurd to spend more on a suit. I mean, it's absolutely indicative of the time period. No doubt. No doubt. Holy hell. I love this. I love this so much. Oh my God. Outfits department. Wheeler Rawson and Company. It is surprising how cheap we do sell outfits. This is because our team of tailors and buyers fuss for hours over finery such as men's blouses and hosiery. They are single men dedicated to their craft, ensuring fashion in every inseam because you wouldn't want to be, distracted by the demands of a marriage. We combine the very best high-grade shirts, trousers, neckwear, union suits, handkerchiefs, overshirts, and accessories in this line of outfits. We recognize that you do not have a great deal of time on your hands, as many professions, from farmer to blacksmith, require you to toil from dawn till dusk. And in these days of crop failure, famine, outbreaks of scarlet fever, whooping cough, and cholera, little time can be afforded to assembling a sensible outfit. For this reason, we have styled and put together ones that you may easily select your favorite. The values in our line of outfits are unprecedented. I love the just sheer changes in font. Truly, we encourage you to visit a historian at any university, drop this catalog on his desk, and ask if they can recollect any time in human history where such value was available. It is likely they will stammer and guffaw as you have called their bluff. You have no excuse for paying retail and have been extremely fortunate to receive this catalog. Indeed, there are areas of the world where the pages of this catalog are used to line the bottom of shoes, provide insulation in coats, or as stuffing on a mattress. While unfortunate, it is the good Lord's will that some should suffer and toil while others lounge in opulence. With one of our high-quality outfits, you will at least exhibit the tendencies of the latter while being permanently defined as the former. We are the cheapest supply house. Oh, man. I want to take this. I want to read this whole thing. I'm not going to read this whole thing on stream, but oh my God, do I love this. Every time I buy a new type of clothing, chat, I am going to read more from this catalog. I freaking love that so much. Shout out to whoever at Rockstar took the time to make that as in-depth as it is. That is so good, man. All right, let's get out of here. Get out of this store. Thank you, sir, for the reading material.
Oh, here's to your good health, sir. And to being down here off that mountain.
Absolutely.
It's a funny world, you know. This time in my career, I pictured myself being married to an heiress.
Did you?
Gentlemen, I think I got something good.
What?
I snuck into this fancy house. Acted like a servant girl. Usually works. Someone was saying her sister was taking a trip from New York or someplace. Train full of rich tourists heading to Saint Denis and then cruising off to Brazil.
Okay.
A train laden with baggage and passing through a bit of deserted country at night as to get to the docks in time for the tides in some place called Scarlet Meadows.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's right out near New Hanover. Right, it's real quiet out there.
Sounds good. Where's Tilly and Karen?
I think at the hotel. They were picking up some drunken fellas that they was gonna rob.
Why?
It seemed easy. They have been gone for quite a while.
I guess I'll go see if there's any trouble.
Oh, there's Tilly over there. That does not look ideal.
Excuse me.
Oh, shit.
Hey!
Hey!
You can go kiss a damn snake for all I care. Get off me!
Hey!
Get your hands off her, friend.
Who are you?
A friend of mine.
Get off her.
Or what exactly?
You want to find out?
You're making a big mistake, Tilly Jackson.
Just get lost.
I ain't doing this with
Go
you.
wait
right
with
now.
Uncle and Mary Beth. They're across the street.
Okay. Thanks, Arthur.
Well, I'm glad that diffusing that worked. I didn't really want to go in aggressive. I think when you have a third person there like that, when you got Tilly there, if I escalate that, there's a chance she could be injured there. So we took a shot there. We were at the ready, and he was cool. He complied.
Uncle, look after her. I'm gonna go see about Karen in the hotel.
And that guy did know the whole name though, so they obviously have a history. I wonder what that's all about. Hot meals. What's up, brother?
Yeah, that's what been said.
No meal is complete if it don't got meat.
Can I help you, sir?
Saints Motel, bath, rent room.
I'm looking for a girl who came in here earlier with a drunk fella. Mid-20s, blonde. You'd remember her.
Yeah, they're in 2B upstairs. Are you, a friend of his?
A friend of hers.
Boy, I'm surprised he gave us that information that
As far as I
readily.
know, they're in 2B.
Okay, sorry, sir. I will, okie dokie, I will go straight to 2B. I will not pass go or collect $200. We're just gonna go straight there.
No trouble now, please.
Yes, sir. Wouldn't do that. Oh, shit. Potential trigger warning.
Hey!
Hey, you!
A friend of hers.
Get out of here, buddy. I paid.
Ain't paid to hit her, you goddamn animal. Come here!
Dick. Whoa, whoa! Donkey punch. Let's go, asshole.
What the hell are you doing here?
Trying to play him. Not very well.
You okay?
Fine.
You sure?
Holy shit.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. Just men. But stupid bastard was boasting about the bank.
The bank?
Sure, I know small town banks are usually a waste of time, but this is a livestock town. There's lots of cash sometimes.
Okay. Keep investigating.
I will.
Jesus. I'm glad we intervened. I mean, she's bruised pretty bad. So I hope, the whole, like... Oh, man, see, this is so tricky because... she does not live in a world where feminism is a thing, really. So we could look at her saying, like, oh, that's just men. And we would look at that now and we would be like, yo, we gotta do better. Men gotta do better here. Like, don't let the men off the hook like that. And we would be correct, right? Like, it's the man there is responsible for the better behavior here. But she also, I don't think, has the luxury in this time period of really going to that space. I don't think that it would be safe for her necessarily to even do that, because she doesn't have any reason to trust even me. She has absolutely no institutional support or group support. Like, certainly our gang may look out for her, but she has absolutely no reason to trust a man in this moment. And so she's going to minimize the impact of it, I think, for two reasons. One, to keep herself safe, and two, because honestly, I don't think she has the, like, there's not enough in the climate for her to really be able to access beyond that without it making her feel even worse. Because what a hopeless endeavor, right? So I don't know that she's protecting men here so much as she is protecting herself, and I mean, I can appreciate that. It's just such a terrible bind to be in, where, like, that treatment of a woman is basically like, okay, right? Like, even Arthur here is like, you all right? Okay, fine. Like, there's no, like, extra that goes into that. And it's indicative of the time period for sure, but, like, it's important for us to realize that, like, these types of things can still happen, right? Like, men are still the most dangerous thing to women. And it's important for men to hold other men accountable to their behavior, kind of like we did with this guy. Not that you have to, like, punch a guy, but you know what I mean.
After you.
I don't get how she would be protecting men. So if she says, oh, it's just men, it's no big deal, that's protecting them. Like, it's the whole thing, like, in, you know, like right now, you know, one of the things, it's the difference between saying, it's like victim blaming. So what we say now to women is, like, you know, carry pepper spray, you know, never walk alone, make sure that you are, you know, dressed in ways that aren't going to get men excited, you know, shit like that. All of that is in reference to the idea that men aren't going to change. And so what happens is we diminish the experience of women to protect men, to allow men to continue to just, oh, boys will be boys. That's just what men do. Instead of looking at men and saying, keep your hands to yourself, don't attack women, get very clear consent from them before you do anything. Just because they're dressed that way doesn't mean that you're a slave to your impulses. Like, we don't really go in that direction with men. We instead put it on women to protect themselves from men. So when she says, that's just men, that's just what happens, she's protecting men in some ways, but she's also protecting herself, because it could be dangerous for her to speak out against men. She doesn't know what to expect from Arthur. This guy who's running the hotel very clearly knows what was going on and isn't going to help her. So it's dangerous for her to hold men accountable in that way. So that's really, I think, the kind of the heart of what it is that we're talking about here in terms of protecting men. Like, we let men off the hook too much. You know, where she's got bruises on her arm and face, and she's like, and she's just playing it off like she's totally fine, even though that could have been very traumatic for her. And this guy, look, this guy's like, oh, look at that. Oh, oops. I let a guy in here who beat the shit out of this lady, but he paid for it, so, as if the exchange of money is more important than her dignity.
Thank you, Arthur. I don't much like being saved, but when I have to be.
I understand.
You okay?
Sure. He only punched me. Arthur punched him a lot harder.
All right, then.
Hey, who's that guy over there looking at us?
Weren't you in Blackwater a few weeks back?
Me? No, sir. Ain't from there.
Oh, you were. Well, I definitely saw you with a bunch of fellers.
Me? No. Impossible. Listen, buddy, come here for a minute.
I saw you.
Come here.
Come on, get!
Oh, shit.
I don't like this. Me neither. Go get the girls home. I'm gonna go have a word with our friend.
Be careful, Arthur.
Just a word. Yeah!
We're here for each other.
Oh, shit.
Just borrowing it.
You stay away from me.
Get back here right now!
Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We've been found out.
Mister, please. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you?
You stop right here!
Come on. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Help me.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holy shit.
Help someone.
Why are you telling lies about me?
No. I got it wrong, partner. I got it very wrong. Now, please help me up.
I ain't never been in Blackwater.
Then why are you chasing me?
I've got an unfortunate face.
Yes, me too. Now, please, pull me up. Please. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
All right, come on.
That guy's got some hella good grip.
You okay, partner?
No. No, I am not. I'm a mess.
Well, you ain't dead.
There is that. Jimmy Brooks.
I think it's best for both of us if we pretend this never happened.
Well, I agree. You saved my life. You're a good man, and here. You want a pen? It's one of them steel ones.
Oh. That's very kind of you. But I'm not a good man, Jimmy Brooks. Not usually. You see, I was in Blackwater. I killed people. And maybe I should have killed you. Should I have killed you, Jimmy Brooks?
Me? I never saw you. Not now, not never. I think we have an understanding.
Of course we do. Jimmy Brooks. I will remember that. I've got a good memory.
I haven't. Not one lick. Not 1 cent in this here old mind. Come on. You have a nice day now, sir. Yeah.
Well, so Arthur's openness about being a bad man in this circumstance, I think, serves him particularly well because it serves as an intimidation factor. If he comes off as a cold-hearted guy who acknowledges that he is a piece of shit that will, shoot on sight and has killed many people, for this guy who doesn't know much about him, that is going to be scary. It's an assertion of power. But if we take that and we put it in a different context, i.e. when we help that guy on the cart, we may actually get some insight into Arthur's experience in a given moment when he does fight against this idea that he's a good man. Perhaps he sees good man as a loss of power, a loss of autonomy. And when he reasserts that he's a bad man, perhaps that gives us some insight that Arthur is feeling either powerless or vulnerable, whether in some abstract psychological way or whether just in a very surface level way. that maybe it's an indication of power, because he just used that to assert dominance over this guy. I'm a bad man makes him scary, and thus in a one-up position. So when we might see patterns in when Arthur says these things. Because again, you know, this is the thing, right? When people express themselves in certain ways, it's often very functional. But when we start to act in certain ways in contexts that don't align with that function, it starts to not make a lot of sense. Oh, this horse isn't mine? All right. Got a little camp over here? What's going on over here? Real dark out here. Chad, I want to take a second to thank you all for being here. I appreciate so much you taking some time on your Friday night or Saturday morning to hang out here and spend some time with me in the community. If you haven't already, please thumbs up this video. Like and subscribe. If you feel so inclined, share my stuff with folks. Tell them about it. Turn on alerts for the stream. Hit the bell. Click all. You'll get alerts for when I'm live. Whether you watch the VOD or whether you're here in chat, I appreciate so many of you being here and hanging out with me and supporting what I'm doing. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot. This game is a lot of fun. I am really having a good time with it last night and tonight. Lots of little stuff going on, and it's been really fun to analyze and just immerse myself in. Who's this guy? You guys building in the dead of night?
We got a long way to go, huh? I asked my boys here if they would help their pa build a new house. Thought I'd teach them a few things, you know? Couldn't hammer a nail to save their lives. Ain't that right, Curtis?
Whatever you say, Paul.
Look out!
Oh, shit!
What in holy hell are you doing, boy? Get that back up again right now. I'm gonna be 100 years old by the time we get this done. No. Get away from it. Get away from it before you mess it up even worse than it is.
All the best.
You too, friend.
Well, these guys are just trying to help.
If he don't like the way we're doing it, he should do it himself.
Damn straight.
Let's just enjoy the silence for a few minutes before he starts griping at us again.
If you are in a position where you ask for help on a certain skill that you are more skilled at than the people that are helping you, a general rule of thumb is that you want to assist them in learning that skill so that they can be effective at it. You want to reinforce aspects of that performance that are desirable through appreciation and acknowledgement and encouragement and saying, like, that's exactly what we want. Good job. Shaming people, yelling at them, expecting them to do something that's beyond their ability just because you know how to do it that way, and assuming that everybody else is as competent in a thing as you are, is not the way. So the way that this father interacts with his sons on this is not going to be good for them creating this house. Sit down with them and teach them the skill. Be there with them. Non-judgmental repetition. Reinforce the fact that you're glad they're here. Like, these are all the ways that you support people in getting things done. And so this guy just being like, y'all are pieces of shit, idiots that don't know how to do this and will never get this built, that does not motivate people. And you're hearing that in this conversation that these sons are having. Like, God damn, why does he always yell at us like that? They don't even know why he yells at them. You have to be very clear when you're giving directions and with what your expectations are. And if people aren't meeting them, help them. That's what you do in a position of leadership. That kind of leadership drives me nuts. I'm fascinated with the Old West in general. The more I learn about how fascinated I am about the difference between the way the Old West is depicted in books and movies versus how it really was. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this I think is very glorified, but interesting. Also, you don't look more competent by shaming people for their lack of competence. I'll say that again for people in the back. You do not look more competent by shaming people who are not competent. It just makes you look like an asshole.
Well, don't feel you have to hang around on my account.
I don't want to antagonize these guys. All right, I'm gonna get out of your hair, sir. Let's get back up to town. Maybe get some rest. So normally in games like this, I do not like playing at night. This is actually really cool. Where am I on this map? Right here? You need to go, okay, back up into town. So since you only have emotes not 7TV, do all of your own Dr. Mick emotes not show up for you when we use them? Correct, Skog. I just see them in writing. But that's okay. I need the tags more than I need to see emotes. Why are you running? To go places faster? And to build my stamina? Alright, what is this big old question mark here? What's this guy doing? Get it, brother. Man, this guy doesn't mess around. Let's rob him. No, just kidding.
Hello, mister.
Mister?
I like this one. Good job.
Hey, the man's clearly passionate. Might as well give him some social reinforcement, huh? Howdy, partner.
Howdy.
Hello.
That's a big hat you got on, sir.
What's up?
Oh, no good. Hello.
Hey, fellers.
Hello there, mister.
Nice to see some friendly faces around here.
By the way, you never know if you'll make somebody's day when they're doing something like that. If you ever see somebody doing something that they're passionate about and they're super into it, compliments can mean the world. Like Arthur going up to that guy and being like, "Hey, I like this one. Nice job, fella," and just walking away, that could make somebody's day in a way that you don't even know. Like sometimes you can tell when there's something very obvious that a person is proud of or excited about. And like showing that you see that and acknowledging it, it can just be really wonderful. And you don't have to do it to like for your own vanity and self-edification. Do it because it's like people like to be acknowledged for stuff that they do well and that they're passionate about. I love that guy's just sitting there going to town on that thing. We show our appreciation for it. It's awesome. A little thing you can do to brighten people's days and put good energy out into the world.
Hey there.
Hello.
Good talk. Oh, absolutely, James. do you think that during this time period, people who are suffering mentally had to say, well, that's life, got to suck it up rather than work through their problems? Yeah. People don't have the luxury at this time to really attend to their mental health in any kind of sophisticated way. Like, really, the only reason that we can do that nowadays is because so many people sacrificed a bunch of stuff to get us to a point where we can think about that stuff. This is not the kind of world where we can think about mental health in the same kind of way that we can now. And I do think it's important to understand that. A lot of people are going to have to just say, well, that's life. Shit happens. Gotta suck it up. Gotta push through. Because they don't have the luxury of being able to add nuance to the psychology of their situation. It's just a completely different time with different resources and different. It's not to say that mental health is any less important during this time period, but it's certainly not going to be top of mind. We don't have all of our other needs met to be able to pay attention to that. It's a great question. All right, we got a question mark in here. Let's see what's going on in the old saloon. Oatmeal, pickled eggs.
Try to remember what really happened at Sylvia's Saloon back in '76.
Just a lot of bunk, Plato. It's just a lot of bunk.
It's not bunk, Mr. Calloway, sir. It's history.
Ancient history, done and dusted. The dead got off lucky, the living gotta keep suffering. Same as always.
But did you shoot the Newton twins?
I don't give a pig's penis about the Newton twins. One of them was a girl, anyhow.
But you had been friends back in '73. You rode the Alabaster Trail together.
Funny thing about pigs' penises. They're curly, like their tails. Put that in your fucking book, Plato.
This isn't going very well.
Apparently not.
This is Jim Boy Calloway. The Jim Boy Calloway.
Who?
The gunslinger. Fastest left-handed draw that ever drew breath. He once killed 14 men in a fight at Lucy Hollow.
What are you waiting for?
How do you mean?
Well, I reckon right now, kill him yourself.
I don't want to kill him. I want to deify him. He's a god. I'm trying to write his biography.
And how's that going?
I think I prefer the duel. Either I'd kill him and be able to be Baltimore's finest ever gunslinger, or he'd kill me, and I could be set free from ever having to speak to him again.
Well, you're starting to understand something very important.
What's that?
The joys of gunslinging. It's win-win, freedom or glory.
That's brilliant. I'm gonna write that down, if I may.
Be my guest.
What's your name?
I don't have a name.
But you are a gunslinger.
Not really. I mean, folks who need shooting, I try and shoot in the back. All that other stuff, it's, well, bunk.
But you fought duels.
Once upon a time, I may have.
And you ain't interested in fame.
I don't think so.
Strange. But you like fortune.
I need money, sure.
Okay. Then forgive me, mister, if I seem a little desperate. I am a little desperate. This book, I've got to make a thing of it, and, well, there's a whole list of gunfighters. Legends, every last one. Emmett Granger. Flaco Hernandez. Billy Midnight. Black Bell.
Never heard of them.
Maybe you can go and speak to them. Ask them about Calloway. Any of them get uppity, shoot them. I can't believe I just said that, but...
You want me to go and find some sad, deluded fools like him, ask if he was the greatest, and then if they get uppity, shoot him?
Does sound a lot worse than it did in my head.
How much you paying?
Well, a lot. Half the proceeds of the book, if you help me get it written.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, get photos.
Okay.
And there are notes on the back of those portraits that should lead you to him.
I'll see what I can find out.
I imagine we'll be stuck here upon your return. Here or some other flop house.
Oh my god. I love that. Okay, sure. Yeah, they get all uppity. Kill them. Oh. I want to know what that guy's... I want to know what that guy's stake in all this is. Why is he so desperate for this? Your boy needs more context. Can I talk to them?
That man might be the answer to our problems. Well, my problems.
Your problems? See if a good sleep can fix those. Hello. Have you come back for another look at the
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to deify him. I love that. I got you, brother. Oh, man. Thinking about it, mental health help didn't really exist back then. No. Ask whatever you like, James. Holy cow. Baltimore, man. He's come a long way out.
Mister?
We're a long way from Baltimore. What's up, youngin? Newspaper vendor. What's up?
Well...
Got any? Who's
well...
this guy?
Hey, mister.
Pard.
Oh, do you have the time there?
Can't help you there.
Okay, thanks anyway.
You take care now.
You actually have to look at the photos to trigger this mission. The game never tells you. Oh, that's good. Okay. Thank you for telling me that, Ellie. What is this? The sheriff's office. You have some bounties. I'm down for that. That seems like a good way to make some money.
Well, looky here. Maybe this is our man.
You a bounty hunter, mister?
Maybe. It depends.
Well, I'm guessing you ain't here to pass the day, turn yourself in, or discuss the finer points of county law. Then I don't need to know much more than that, till I got a reason to.
All right.
You smell that? This here's a livestock town, mister. Attracts delinquents and reprobates like flies. Now, I'm not a fellow to pass a quick judgment, but I've been around long enough to know you don't hire a saint to catch a sinner. You bring me what I need, and I'll pay you well, and I won't ask no questions.
So, what is it you need?
Why don't you have a look at that poster on the wall over there?
He's a low-down huckster. He's been poisoning folks with his miracle cure from here to Annesburg. Killed more than Landon Ricketts without even pulling a trigger. Gets some kind of sick satisfaction out of it.
The fella over at the saloon says he thought he saw him by the gorge straight north of here. You think you can bring him in? The money's good. I need him alive, though. I want to make sure the women he witted get compensated before he swings.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, good luck to you.
And we need him alive. That's an important point.
Alive. I got it.
All right. Well, I can appreciate that.
What am I doing?
Let's say you yourself or someone else with mental health education suddenly appeared in this time period and all the therapeutic methods, etc. Do you think people would accept the help or reject it? I think people would be skeptical of the fact that I am educated and that I'm coming to talk to them about that stuff. I think people would say to me, I don't need that shit. They would think that I'm there for, again, because I would have to know the way that, like, the idea or concept of therapy or help has been represented to them, and I'm guessing not well. They probably think I'm some sort of snake oil salesman, to be completely honest. Like, I don't think you can take modern day stuff and throw it back in the past and assume that people in the past are going to understand that stuff as well as we do. Like, therapy as a concept and where it is today is something that has evolved over time. It's not something that just spontaneously arrived. So if I go there and I spontaneously arrive as a therapist, that's going to be incredibly jarring, and they don't have the historical context through which therapy is now understood to be able to see that I could actually be beneficial to them. But again, therapy is also in a lot of ways a luxury. So they're just not going to draw to it the way that we would expect people to now. A psychologist now is threatening. I mean, we're seeing people who are educated in general are threatening. I start going around saying, hey, I can help, but I got to work with your mind. It's going to open people up to stuff that, like, this world doesn't really support and have enough safety for them to be able to do. Anything that I crack open as a therapist is going to be an antithesis to survival, and they can't afford that in this time period. We can afford that now. If we talk about a person's trauma now and they become really disorganized by it and distressed by it, in general, they're going to be able to go home and they'll have, You know, they're probably in a generally safe environment with water and shelter and food and whatnot. Here, that ain't necessarily the case. So I am way less helpful during this time period than I would be now. It's an interesting question. Also, I would not want to be sent back to this time period, so there's that as well. All right, let's how far away is this guy? All right, let's go get this guy. Where's my horse?
For Christ's sake.
I don't want to have to steal it. 'Cause this would be, yeah, I'd have to...
Morning.
I don't want to steal a horse. But I also don't know where my horse is, other than back at camp.
Never comes when I need it.
Oh, it's over this way? Alright. Well, but is that, like, super far up that mountain back at our camp? I'm guessing it probably is. Yeah, my horse is... Oh, man. My horse is so far away. That's the temporary horse. I'm not interested in the temporary horse. I'm interested in my horse. Alright, screw it. We'll walk. It's fine. We'll take a nice stroll through the wilderness, build up some stamina. Get this guy alive. Be interesting to figure out how to do that. Nice little homestead here. Also, probably better not to roll up on this guy in a horse. We're gonna run through the wilderness a little bit here. Chat, I'll say once again, if you haven't already, please take a second to like this video. Also, if you are interested in supporting the stream by throwing a few bucks my way, there's the membership option that you can use. It turns your name green in chat. There's also the option to tip. There's no subs like on Twitch, so those are the two means to support the stream financially. You are under no obligation to do that. This stream will always be free to access, but I do appreciate those of you that are willing to support the stream in that way. And thank you for taking the time to do that if you do. Really, really glad to have you all here tonight as we go try to find this guy. This is a really beautiful world. I am super impressed by what Rockstar has created here. Alright, let's see if we can find this guy. Oh my goodness. Are we going to have to go down? I think we are. Let's take a look here. Think he's down here, or do you think he's up on top? We gonna find out. Shane, thank you so much for the $1.49. I appreciate that. Ooh, Canadian. Love it. Thank you, friend. I really hope going down in this gully is what I'm supposed to do. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. Also, he's going to be a pain in the ass to bring back, but we'll figure that out later. Hopefully, he's got a horse with him. I see a camp up there. With a horse. That's good. Good, we got the area scoped out. Do I even have a gun with me? Okay, I do. Hopefully I don't have to use it. I don't want to kill him, so I gotta beat him up, I'm guessing. Maybe hog time? Look at the rope. That's gotta be it up there, right? Take a little swim across the river. Oh, jeez, this current is strong. Oh, God, Arthur, fight it. Fight it, brother, fight it. Oh, God, this is bad. Wow, I did not think I was going to have to take that into account. Oh, no. I don't know if I'm going to be able to swim over there. I don't think Arthur's going to have it in him. Okay, there we go. Here we go, baby. Nice and easy. I love the subtle background music here. Howdy, sir. Someone's been telling me.
What we got here?
Quiet down, Arthur. Confront the bounty. Benedict Albright. What's up, brother?
Are you Benedict Albright?
Oh, sir? Huh. Kind of look like him. And I was told he'd be up here.
No, not me, sir. It's because I want to buy some medicine. And I heard good things. I'll pay in gold if you could help me find him. It's just my mother's real sick.
Oh, well, if that's the case, if it's for a sick woman, I'd be happy to help. I'm a healer, you know, a medical man. Finest medicine in the state.
Game's over, mister. Put your hands up. I'm taking you in.
Taking me in? What for?
Apparently that stuff you're pushing is killing folk. And there's a price on your head. I don't know. It ain't my business.
Oh, partner, that's crap. I'm a healer. I got an aura. I speak to spirits. I'm a scientist. Folks get real angry for no good reason. This is a mistake.
Keep your hands up, buddy. They only want you for questioning.
I have to insist that this is a mistake.
Don't be a fool.
Hold on. I'm slipping. Shit. Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Sorry.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go. On, horsey. Giddy up. I thought I failed there. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Shit. I gotta cross.
This dude's gonna drown. Let's go.
Swim to the edge. Grab on to something. Don't you dare drown.
Damn, he's moving fast. Holy shit. Let's go.
Yep. Look out, the rapids. Hold your breath.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Help! Help!
Come here. Come here.
What a throw. fishing. Look, I got me a doctor.
Okay, now. Who made you God, friend? Who made you judge?
I'm only in it for the money.
That's even worse.
I'm sure it does seem that way.
Ooh.
All right, let's take you in.
This is very kind of you.
I mean, might as well get myself some, whatever's in his pockets, you know?
Let's go, girl.
Good shit. Let's go. Dude, Arthur should be a repo man. By the way, Chad, I always forget to say this when people ask the question of, like, if I wasn't a therapist and I had another job, what would I like to do? Being in repossession was something that I always thought would be a really interesting job. I like the idea of, like, being in costume and serving people papers and stuff. But I don't have the physique to be able to do that. Like, if I was like 6'5", 240, I would love to be a repo guy.
Sir, I think I must be suffering from exposure.
And Arthur did a nice job there. Got the guy to identify himself. That was clutch.
Oh, I seem to keep blacking out. Sir, I must warn you, my temperature is subnormal. I have medicine in my pocket. Would you pass it to me, please?
No, sir. I'm gonna take you directly to jail. Howdy, folks.
This isn't necessary. I'm a medical man, a healer. It's all just a big mistake. Oh, I don't feel very well.
I told you to shut up.
Who made you judge?
I'm only in it for the money.
Oh, I don't feel well at all. You're a bully, sir.
Am I? Let's let the law be the judge of that.
Oh, my lord. I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Mrs. Calthorpe was just leaving.
Sure. Where you want him?
I'm selling the back.
Yes, sir. Drop him right here.
Oh, there's been some terrible mistake. I never did it. Any of it.
I thought I told you to shut up, partner.
Oh, but I told you.
But nothing. Shut up. And, good luck. It's been real fun.
You ain't much of a man. You ask folks for forgiveness, you remember this, partner?
I've already forgotten. Now, sure, how much was you offering? $50. Here. Thank you. Madam.
$50?
Please, remember what I told you.
Been hearing rumors of them selling the paper again. Maybe out of work soon.
Well, ain't much to be done.
Well then.
Let's get ourselves a paper.
Morning, partner.
Interested in a good read?
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Be seeing you around. Morning, mister.
All right, let's see what's going on in the newspaper. Where are the newspapers? How do I read the newspaper? Good night, Skog.
Morning, mister.
Morning, sir.
Okay there?
That's a strong-looking horse.
Thank you.
My satchel. What's my satchel button? Satchel button. This is my satchel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Hold B. Newspaper. There it is. Train robbed. Pitched battle leaves many dead. Outlaws send train on deliverless journey. Owned by Leviticus Cornwall. A private train owned by the railroad, sugar and oil magnate Leviticus Cornwall was robbed in broad daylight by masked outlaws. Headed north towards the Grizzlies, the outlaws boarded and stopped the train shortly after it had departed from West Elizabeth. Initial cables sent as of printing time indicate the bloody takeover occurred in order to steal railroad bonds from the personal car of Mr. Cornwall. Shortly after robbery, the train was set in motion without driver or crew, barreling dangerous through the area at a high rate of speed. The train was eventually brought to a stop by engineers and lawmen north of Ansburg, who reported a scene of violent struggle and bloody carnage on board. Some engineers and guards from the train survived the slaughter, but were too startled to report much information of value to authorities. Hey, so they kept their word. Nice. Blackwater locked down. Bank boat heist. Largest robbery in years. Dutchess boys accused. Bounties placed. Furnishes a sensation among the residents. After a bloody shootout. 21 dead in attacks. Banks and stages held at gunpoint. Colm O'Driscoll, a man with a bloody record. Beloved pastor among dead. Reverend Alex H. Hughes was shot and killed for voicing his concern for the safety of the woman on board a stagecoach destined for West Elizabeth. The shameful tragedy is part of a widespread disorder led by a notorious outlaw, Colm O'Driscoll, and his gang. Multiple stagecoaches and shipments have been robbed by the O'Driscoll gang across New Hanover and West Elizabeth. Banks in the region are also said to be on caution as a number have been held up. Not satisfied with the riches of their plunder, the members of the O'Driscoll gang are reported to delight in torture and bloodshed as part of their escapades, and have left widows and widowers in their wake. Travelers are encouraged to be aware and armed, especially in the area of Big Valley, where the gang is reported to have taken a large ranch as a base of operations, leaving the family and ranch heads dead. The plague of children, pinworms. All children have worms, which causes pain and issues with the chamber pot. Dr. Simpkins worm syrup. Keep your liver living. An epidemic of bubonic plague has broken out in India and Hong Kong and spread to our troops in the Philippines. Several soldiers have died in Manila in what was called a loathsome disease. Despite the best efforts in sanitary science to stamp it out, the plague appears to have resurfaced in the country. In New York and St. Denis, victims of plague were confirmed, and vessels arriving were given the choice of a doctor visiting each ship or turning around. Anybody suspected of death from disease should be immediately burned, even if the cause of expiry is not confirmed as bubonic plague by biological examination. Oh my God, there's so much going on here.
Real hungry here.
Mexican border dispute intensifies. Not since General Francisco Ramirez Torres seized the presidency of Mexico in a bloody coup in 1876 have relations been so strained with the U.S. Among heightened tensions, General Torres has placed troops along the border to deny entry to prospectors, cattle ranchers, and renegade bands of Indians who have taken to raiding of Mexican settlements. In retaliation, with an isolationist tone, President McAllister has called for a ban on trade with Mexico. He said the U.S. has provided resources over the years, including help in ending the Apache Wars 10 years ago, and received little in return except hostility. Search for ancient bones. A dinosaur hunt continues. Every woman should own and operate a sewing machine, and bobbin and pressers is the best quality in production. It will. Braid, bind, scam. Her seam, fell, ruffle, tuck, gather, or hemstitch. Ask for it by name. Nadger and Sons marbles. Every young boy's dream. Yeah, absolutely. I dreamt of marbles for sure. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill. Bluegill. As I have often told keen readers of this column, fishing is, for those of us intelligent enough to see it, really the best way to understand humanity in all its glory. As a famous angler, writer, and dare I say it, philosopher, I'm used to the perils of the celebrity. Once, while signing an autograph for a polio-stricken youth in Kuala Lumpur, he asked me my thoughts on fishing while it was raining. Why, it's the best time to fish, little fellow, I laughed heartily, slapping him on the back and causing him to cough mightily and, quite frankly, embarrass both of us. Poor little chap. Life can be very unfair. Fishing taught me that. I always say that some of the deepest introspection into a man's soul happens when he stands in a torrential downpour. I was fishing in the rain using live bait near Scarlet Meadow and hooked a monster bluegill, and yet even I didn't land him. So there's a metaphor, pretty much for everything. Yes, absolutely. It's so awesome, man. So awesome. Well, I have to do a night where there's just a lot of reading, because, like, I mean, I could just read all of that shit. Alright, we got ourselves a paper.
Mister.
Hey, mister.
Alright, what do we got here? Javier's in here?
Hey, all right, there we go.
Partner?
Hello. Hey there.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, Arthur! Arthur, come here. Come here. Come over here. I want you to meet our friends.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, ain't you just the toughest teak mountain man?
Oh, you be quiet, Anastasia. Anyone can tell this one is a pussy cat.
Exactly. Yes, he's a pussy cat. Ain't that so, Arthur?
Whatever you say. How much you cost, anyway?
Well, ain't that a nice way to talk to a lady?
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to a lady.
Excuse me.
Well,
Easy, Arthur.
I must say, you got a fine way with the women, amigo.
Yeah, regular dandy and a charmer. Where's Bill?
Oh, man. I dread to think about it. Hey, hey, hey. There he is.
Watch where you're going. Take it
Are you about to kiss that guy or punch him?
Oh, and we have our answer.
That what we're doing now, fellas? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Guess we're just fighting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, shit.
Someone's paying for the damage.
Holy shit. Why are we doing this?
Business here, boys. Tommy, stay out of this.
Come here, you little greaser.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I get my kill, you son of a bitch.
Get off me. Get off of me.
He ain't getting up from that. We can deal with these.
Oh, my God. Hey.
Tough guy.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
You want some too, huh?
Oh, my God.
Come on, pretty boy. Pretty boy? You're kidding me. Pretty boy?
All right. Remember what you read about fishing in the rain. Fighting in the rain's the same thing. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez.
Try that again. Try that again. You okay there, Arthur? Yeah, that's it. I got this son of a bitch.
I said this be fun, didn't I?
Get off of me. Get off of me! Oh, shit! Oh, my God. Oh, my God! I'll get my ass whooped! Oh, shit!
Just scared of.
Ah, kick him, Arthur! Kick him! Oh, kick the nuts! Holy shit.
Come on, Arthur. Got drinks waiting.
Alright, I don't want to kill him.
Stop! Stop! Please! Please! I beg you, stop. Come, sir. You won the fight already. Surely that's enough.
What business is it of yours?
No business. No business, sir, but please, I beg you.
Making new friends again, I see, Arthur.
Look who we found sniffing about.
Josiah Trelawney.
The very same.
Well, I thought you'd gone to New York.
And miss all this glamour. You must be joking.
How are you?
Well, quite well indeed. I went to Blackwater looking for you gentlemen. You're not very popular there, it seems. Ah, Javier and Charles. I've missed you. And Bill looking as well as can be. Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
You're right. We ain't too popular in Blackwater.
We left a lot of money there.
And young Sean, it seems.
Sean, you found him?
Yes, I have. He's being held by some bounty hunters, trying to see how much money the government will pay them. I know he's in Blackwater, but there's talk of them moving.
Well, if we step foot in Blackwater... Well, then we're dead men for sure.
There'll be Pinkertons all over the place, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Yeah, of course.
It's you they want, Dutch.
Always is. Charles, go find out what you can, carefully. Josiah, take Javier. Arthur, go get yourself cleaned up. Join them when you're ready.
Well, what about me?
Well, exactly. What about you?
What does that mean?
Oh, Bill, come on.
Need my hat. I need my hat. Where's my hat? I need a bath too, that's for sure.
What the?
Ooh, this guy had it rough. Everybody's just
Here's none of my concern.
everybody's just a little passed out in here, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have me some almonds, if you don't mind. Nobody else is eating them.
Oh, shit.
Wow. These guys got their asses whooped. That just all came out of nowhere, man.
Heavens above.
I can't loot any of these guys. No? I don't know where my hat is, but whatever. I guess we're gonna go hatless for the time being. We'll go get washed up.
Oh, yeah, they caught Jenny's boy pinching apples from the county store.
Ain't the first time.
Is there a bathhouse somewhere around here? Like I'd love to get myself a bath. Oh yeah, the bath. This guy. There's a bath here. Let's see if I can use. Oh shit! Oh my god! I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Oh my god! Oh my god! I was just trying to get a bath.
start
Hello.
meddling in these parts. I'll be blown.
Oh my god! Wow, that was intense.
Get in quick, folks, before I eat
Oh man. Just barrel through that guy on the way to bath time. My god. What a moment. All right, I didn't realize we could flip this, so I want to read this about Dutch. Holy shit. Oh god. All right. Bank boat heist, largest robbery in years. Dutch's boys accused, bounties placed, furnishes a sensation among residents. After a bloody shootout that resulted in the seizure of a large quantity of banknotes,
Earl says the sheriff's
agency officials have restricted access to the town of Blackwater while a massive manhunt is underway. Officials issued bounties on the heads of Dutch Vanderlinde and his gang, commonly known as Dutch Boys. Banks looked to shipping assets via boat as a more reliable means of transportation impervious to thieves. The deadly attack resulted in the loss of $150,000, the largest robbery in recent years. Authorities believe that the men may have stashed the money in ports. Indicate that they are searching high and low for the stash, upending public spaces and neighbors' gardens. Residents of Blackwater view the lockdown with contempt. Businesses which depend on shipments of dry goods, sundries, and catalog sales complain the Pinkertons have caused an unnecessary burden to life and welfare. Interesting. So people are more annoyed by the investigation than the fact that there was a robbery in and of itself. That is a ton of money, though, for sure. All right, let's get a bath.
Hello again.
25 cents?
It's, you.
Yes, it is. Last time I checked.
I really don't need any more trouble.
I didn't come to make any. I was just protecting a lady.
Well, all behind us now, I suppose. So what is it you need? A bath, perhaps?
Yeah, I do. Ah. Scrub head. Okay. Get that. Yeah. Wow, with wine. 25 cents for a hot bath. Some nice whiskey.
Can I be of any assistance in there?
A deluxe bath. Go ahead and vote, chat. What do you think? Deluxe bath? For 50 cents? I think I could spare it. See, seems to me folks are wanting a deluxe bath. All right.
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, thanks.
You can just leave it to me now. Let me know if you'd like a bit of an extra scrub anywhere.
Hey, ladies got to make a living.
You let me know if you need anything, all right?
I mean, 50 cents, it seems like she should make more than that.
You gotta treat yourself sometimes, I reckon.
Yes, I know.
I was nearly married once. She never bathed me.
Let's just keep that between us and these four walls, shall we?
Ain't often to get a hot bath and a roof over my head.
Oh, really?
So he was married. Pretty sure that's the first time we've heard that.
So what do you do in your free time?
Well, walks outside town are kind of nice.
This is the first time I've been
Or
able
almost
to
married.
relax in ages.
Okay.
Oh,
Almost.
gosh, you poor thing.
All right, that's perfect. Thanks.
A little kiss on the forehead to end
It was a pleasure.
Love
All the
that.
best to you.
Washed my clothes too. All right, looking like a new man. Love it. All right, we're cleaned up. We don't have muddy clothes anymore. How's it going? How's it going, fellas?
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
All right, I am ready to go back to camp, I think.
Gentlemen.
Howdy.
Partner?
Maybe let's check out the bank.
Good day.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Mister?
You know what? I'm feeling good today.
Nice. After last time, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
I'm reformed.
Yeah, sure you are. All right, nothing to see here, I guess. Oh, man. I don't know where my hat is. This is killing me, but... I mean, what are you gonna do? All right, my horse. We gotta go get my horse. I don't know where it... Oh, my horse is not far from here now. Okay. There he is.
Go on and move!
Come here, horsey. I am inclined to go back to camp and see what's going on here in the group. We've caused some problems here. I mean, our whole thing was to lay low, and that's about the opposite of what we've done.
Keep it moving!
Maybe your hat's back in your inventory? Doesn't look like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I feel reformed after that bath, that's right. We going the right way here? I think so. Alright, let's go. Add a marker here. Good enough. Kieran. This is an interesting change of pace because we have a lot of downtime in this game relative to some of the games that we've been playing up until this point. You know, it's not quite The Last of Us or Detroit where you're on plot points constantly. You know, we actually have, you know, times where we're just kind of rolling around doing whatever. It seems like there's a ton to do here.
Hey! Who's there?
What do you want, Bill?
It's me.
The hero returns.
You been bringing in money?
Course I have.
Okay, well, good.
Okay.
What's the matter, Bill? You got an issue? I mean, it seems like people kind of treat Bill like he's a dummy, so I can see why he might be agitated. Camp funds, $59.
You was hard, girl.
All right, we got a lot to do here. I'm gonna put in some money. Oh, I could have bought him a pipe. I didn't think to do that.
So, a feller in town recognized me from Blackwater.
That's not good.
It's okay, though. I dealt with it. All right, well, I should be getting on.
All right, then.
Well, he didn't seem as freaked out about that as I would have imagined. Well, I got some pomade. You already have it applied. I'm actually kind of surprised that he's not as mad about that. My wardrobe. There we go. Here we go. Better. Arthur says he dealt with it, he dealt with it. Indeed.
Hey, Arthur! What you want?
Oh, man, you're one sour son of a bitch, ain't you?
Only when I see you.
Only when I see you.
Could really use some good meat for this stew. Very good. We were getting low. Thank you, Arthur.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
Abigail.
Oh, hello, Arthur.
All right, Kieran, what do you got for me, bud?
Talk to them. To Dutch.
I'm fascinated by this guy. Like, it would seem to... I mean, I don't know if he's going to convert just out of necessity.
My arms is gonna fall off.
Speak! Don't cry, boy. Speak about your gang.
I can't.
Boy.
Whoa! Hold your horses there. It seems the cat has got our friend here's tongue. I was thinking Mr. Williamson could have a word.
You ready to talk, boy?
I told you, mister. I told all of yous. I don't know nothing, okay? They ain't no friends of mine. I just been ridden with them for a while.
Horseshit. You see, we heard that part, so how about you tell the truth? Dutch, what you want me to do?
Hurt him, so the next time he opens his mouth, it is to tell us what is going on. Ah, who am I kidding? One of O'Driscoll's boys couldn't open his mouth, but he'd tell a lie. Screw it. Let's just have some fun. Geld him.
Yeah!
What's he doing? Where's he going?
Oh, don't worry. You're only balls, boy. Just gonna cause you trouble. You know, in Imperial Rome, eunuchs was among the happiest and most loyal of courtiers.
No, you're kidding me, right?
Of course.
You sick bastard! Oh, what do you want from me?
Well, you are gonna talk. The only question is now or after we got these little fellas off.
Okay, listen. I know where O'Driscoll is holed up, and you're right. He don't like you any more than you like him. He's at 6 Point Cabin. I'll take you there. Serious. I don't like him. I mean, I like him even less than I like you, no offense.
Oh, none taken.
Okay then, partner. Why don't you take a few of us up there right now? I got this, Dutch. Should be fun. All right, you. Come on. Let's go.
Let's both hope you ain't trying to trick us, O'Driscoll.
I ain't no O'Driscoll.
You sure as shit was.
John, Phil, come here.
Okay, so what is this guy supposed to do? This is not the way you handle this. Like, we look like complete idiots right now. Complete idiots. This isn't how you handle this. First of all, just saying to this guy, talk, doesn't do anything. We're not telling him specifically what to say. This guy, there's a million things this guy could say. He doesn't know what information we want and what information we don't want. We've also made it very clear to him that whatever he says to us, we're going to perceive as a lie because of who he is, which again is our problem. That's not his problem. That's our problem. We're the idiots for not opening ourselves up to the idea that he very well could tell us something, or maybe he doesn't know anything. He's been very steadfast in the idea that he doesn't care or like O'Driscoll, which in some ways should really empathize with us. We should be curious about that. And instead, we're getting all like caveman idiot on him, saying, all right, let's chop his balls off and let's scare him. And we're lucky we got his location. When we could have just said, we need to know where his location is. And if you really want to show us that you don't care about him, then you're going to tell us where he is. And then we're going to go find him. And then you can join us. Because if you're not loyal to this guy and you're just looking for a group of people to go with, then yeah, we could use the number. Everything about how we went about this is really stupid. We put him in what's called a double bind, which is where he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Simultaneously, he's useful to us, yet he's a liar. If he tells the truth, then he gets punished by us by saying, well, we can't trust a word he says because he's an O'Driscoll. He doesn't talk to us, and then we cause him physical harm. Like, all we're doing is reinforcing that he shouldn't talk to us, or that he should feed us false information that sounds like what we want to hear. But we didn't give this guy a chance to give us good information. If you're gonna try to get information out of somebody, you have to make it worth their while. You can't just be a dick like that. So we got real lucky there. I don't like how they handled this at all.
We got a social call needs making. Where are we heading?
Up into the hills behind Valentine. Well, I'll show you.
John, you take this little rattlesnake with you. Any nonsense, kill him. Sure.
This guy...
Pay your buddies our respects.
This guy has no incentive to help us right now.
That's what he says. Come on.
I'm taking you to him. Look, I'll give you more directions when we're close. But if I know where we are, it's up past Valentine.
All right, I'll lead.
The other thing is that, like, once this guy gets here, now all of a sudden he's with his group. He could bail off of us. I mean, we have no idea what he's walking us into here. I feel for the guy. I really think that this is dumb that we're handling this way.
Eddie, why don't you open your eyes? Sharing saddle with an O'Driscoll. Who'd have thought?
How many times I gotta say? I ain't an O'Driscoll.
You sure look like one, and you smell like... God damn. You smell like one, too.
I smell like horse shit.
That's right. Boy, are you high.
Morgan! You got throwing knives in your saddlebag. Dud said that you might... I was asked to give them, and I'm doing you the further courtesy of telling you about it.
Next time you want to give me something, how about you give it to me, instead of hiding it somewhere, hoping the opportunity comes up to mention it?
Last goddamn favor I do you.
Hey! Hey! If I got my bearings, it's over here. Yeah, I know this country. Take this track up through the rocks.
Fear made him talk, but we could have gone a lot easier on him by just telling him exactly what we wanted to know. But Morgan, this is the problem. This is the problem with polarized groups like this. No matter what camp you fall in, if you make an overgeneralization about a person because they belong to a specific group, and then you don't give them the opportunity to show you that there is more range to them than what your simple story of them is telling you, you are really no better off. So when we keep ragging on this guy and saying he's an O'Driscoll, despite his very consistent resistance to that idea, at some point we're only hurting ourselves. We are shutting this guy down. We're not incentivizing this guy to give us more information. If we bring him in, we give him some hospitality, we make him feel like he has the potential to belong to our group, that is a way better way to get information from him. Like, we have him by the balls. Like, we absolutely have power over him, but we don't need to extort that information out of him as a first line. And again, if we're assuming that everything he says is a lie, if we come into this with this idea that he's hostile because he's an O'Driscoll, and we don't take into account his individual context and convictions and story and all this sort of thing, we are doing ourselves and the O'Driscolls a disservice. It doesn't perpetuate anything but polarization. And humans like to do this. It's easier for us to categorize, but it does us no good to do this. Like, we can still assume certain things by a person being aligned with a group, but we can also take into account the nuance and difference within that group, and we can leverage that to get the information that we want.
You didn't tell me what the O'Driscoll smelled like before you asked me to ride with him.
That's because you wasn't asked to ride with us. You was told.
Well, I smell like a stall ain't been cleaned out in a month. I smell like that because you had me tied up there about as long.
You'd be smelling worse if we'd done what someone was arguing for.
Granted. I was in with a bad lot. I'm trying to make amends, if I can.
You don't know the half.
I do know Colm killed Dutch's sweetheart.
And that's the man you chose to ride with. A woman killer.
Well, it was after he killed his brother. And the way I understood it,
Making excuses for the man and his crimes. What kind of trap you leading us into, boy?
I ain't. I'm trying to help, honest.
One thing goes wrong. One thing other than you smelling funny, you're the first O'Driscoll will shoot. And quit breathing on my neck.
Schema right there. Again, Marston's not giving this guy a chance. Now, do we get a little bit of lore here? That's useful. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Colm killed Dutch's girlfriend, or sweetheart as they call them, after Dutch killed Colm's brother. Marston is not taking into account, again, this is why context is so important. This is why being curious and asking people about their decisions trees gets you way farther than making assumptions about them and then operating off of those assumptions. So Marston just keeps filing everything this guy says into a way that he can't get out of. Oh, so you went and followed a woman killer, as if Dutch has never killed a woman in his life, as if our group hasn't killed women in its life. Somehow that's bad because he's in the outside group, but it's fine if we do it. Because when we do it, we understand the reason why we did it. Instead, we think that whatever reason they had to do that must have been a bad reason, and thus we judge the shit out of it, and we don't give him the benefit of curiosity. Instead, Marston's like, oh, okay, so yeah, but then he killed his brother, so that makes sense that he would kill his lover. And then Marston's like, so you're just going to justify his actions? He gets very defensive about the explanation. Again, this is all information that would be very helpful for us, but it would also be detrimental to the group. Because I do think that Marston's defensiveness here is in protection of Dutch. I think if we go too far down the line of empathizing with the enemy, now all of a sudden, what does that mean for this guy we follow? What does that mean for me? Right? There is self-interest at stake in being defensive here. So I understand it. I just think from like an interactional standpoint, this is not the way that you want to approach interactions. This isn't how you get good information. This isn't how you get like nice integration. This isn't how you have civility. This is how you further polarize yourself into problematic stuff where you start acting in ways that you really don't need to, that's at the expense of you individually and the group you're part of.
Now we go left. Road will take us up and round.
I mean, we're abusing the shit out of this guy. It's awful. We've isolated him. We're manipulating him. We're making him question his own convictions.
Those are the hills. Head for them.
Save your horses. We gotta climb, boys.
You know, you all ain't that different from the O'Driscolls.
Careful, dude.
What did you just say?
I've been watching you all these weeks, and,
You've been tied to a tree. You don't know nothing about this gang.
Yeah, well, I'd say you don't know much about the O'Driscolls. But maybe I know more about you than you know about them. And I know all about them, so...
Tell us then. How are we like those mongrel dogs?
You're outlawed like them. You're out to survive like them. You live rough. You live hard. Fighting the law. Nature. You're out for yourselves.
See? This is why you're an O'Driscoll, O'Driscoll. You're out to survive. We're out to live. Free. Combs a sneak thief and a killer. Dutch is more like a teacher.
From where I've been, you just look the same as all.
Then you looked, but you ain't seen.
John, shut that boy up.
Enough out of you.
He's making too much sense. Shut that boy up. He's making too much sense. We're going to hate ourselves if we realize that we're basically the same. This guy's the most informed guy in the entire group. And we see intellect and observation as threat. This is the world we live in. This is becoming a common theme in this game. The more observant you are, the more aware you are, the more intellectual you are, the bigger of a threat you are. It's way easier if we are just set in our very simple ways, our simple, rigid ways. And something that I think is really a sign of Kieran's intellect here is Kieran is engaging in what we call process commentary in the therapy world. He has noticed that a lot of the dynamics, the interactional mechanisms, like all of these things within the group, how things are expressed, why they're expressed that way, that's all process. Content is where we live and what we've done to survive and all that stuff, but he's noticing the underlying dynamics of these groups and he's drawing parallels, which I think all of us have intuitively done. But drawing that parallel at the process level, what you're going to see is content defense, which is what John just did. Which is John says, yeah, well, Dutch is more like a teacher. He's trying to justify a same process and keep it differentiated through content, but that actually isn't as effective as the process commentary that Kieran's engaging in. So it's pretty remarkable that Kieran has that insight, and his observation and curiosity about it is the way that he got there. And again, that becomes very threatening because if we connect with that, now all of a sudden we're fighting with ourselves, and that's not really great for survival in the group. And so now we're gonna polarize into our deferring content interests. And again, I mean, this is something you see folks do all the time.
Push. We're almost done.
Everything we do is justified. Everything you do is not, because we use our own sensibilities to make sense of what it is that you do. And then you do the same for us, and we constantly misfire. There's no curiosity. There's no dialogue. There's no understanding. There's no any of that.
Who knows if this son of a bitch we got with us is talking true, but if it's what he says it is, and Colm O'Driscoll's here, we can end years of fighting. Here and now.
Amen to that.
Here, here.
I swear, this is where he was...
Shut up.
Okay, now cut left up here. We go down the hill into the forest.
We're going in quiet, taking them out as we find them, trying not to set things off. But if we do, we move quick and hard. We settle this like we know how, okay?
Okay by me.
With you, Morgan.
All right, then.
Through the trees here.
just realized something. Why isn't Dutch with us? Why is this Bill Williamson, Arthur Morgan, and John Marston going to the heart of the O'Driscoll camp? I would have thought that Dutch would jump all over this. That Dutch would do everything in his power for this to be successful. This isn't the kind of thing that he would delegate. Dutch has a very personal vendetta with Colm. Like, this really, in some ways, makes me wonder if Dutch is all bravado. That maybe Dutch is actually afraid of Colm. I mean, he did kill his girlfriend. So Dutch is either scared or there's something else going on. It's not even about Colm. I just find it really interesting that we have a guy who literally said, here's where Colm is, and Dutch bailed. Right? And when we were at that camp way back, and Colm was there, Dutch bailed. Just fishy. I don't know why, but something doesn't feel right about that. I don't like that Dutch isn't with us.
Easy.
Hey, we're real close. I'd leave your horses the other side of this clearing.
I'll get my guns off my horse, and I'm ready.
Easy, Bill. Quiet.
This is it. The cabin's just the other side of this hill.
Okay. Off your horses. Let's go.
You gonna get them knives?
I said easy.
Throwing knives. Hunting knife. There we go. Got throwing knives.
Follow me, all right? It ain't far.
We might have shared a horse, but we ain't friends. Remember, I'm watching you every moment.
I ain't gonna shop you now, come on. It'd be suicide.
You'll die, boy. But you'll lose your balls first.
Jesus Christ. Just over the ridge.
Interesting that John says we shared a horse. That must be a very intimate thing in this world. Hello, Mountain.
Okay, get down.
Cabin's in the clearing down there. There'll be a bunch of fellers hiding out there, too.
Are these fellas armed?
Armed? Drunk? Wary of strangers, yup.
And Colm O'Driscoll?
He'll be holed up in his cabin. Be passed out, booze blind, likely as not.
Over there. Someone's coming.
So, who's gonna tell him we ain't got nothing for the pot?
Oh, let me think. The feller that spooked the game, I reckon.
I'm gonna drain it. I'll catch up.
No, we ain't gonna fall for that. We're gonna wait so you can tell him yourself.
Yeah.
If anyone's actually gonna shoot the messenger, it'd be that mean son of a bitch.
Yes, sir.
Come on, shake it off.
Come on. What are we doing about the pisser, Morgan? One by the tree.
Hush. You wanna deal with this first, feller?
Okay. Go to work.
He's down.
Don't you damn move.
The next two. What's the plan?
Keep back where they won't hear us. When I move, you move. Take them out at a distance.
I can do that.
We're waiting. Come on. We're moving on the camp. I left our guide up there. He's meek as a little lamb.
He better be.
Oh, what are you doing? I don't want to do that. All right, we got a guy sitting on the bench. God, we're just coming in here killing with reckless abandon.
Arthur, fella on the log. What we doing about him?
This one's mine. We need it done right.
Go on and show us then. Okay, now what? We're at the perimeter.
These people didn't just see that guy get dropped?
Wait on my mark. I'm gonna take a look at these boys.
Sure thing.
All right, so we got a whole camp. We got this guy just chilling over here. Go around the back side here, scope out the camp. All right, we got a... All right, so we got this guy.
Down to the camp!
Okie dokie.
We move quick. We move hard.
Oh boy.
Catch you unawares!
Shit.
Dutch for years. Oh, Driscoll! Where are you?
We can defend the cabin! Fall back!
You weren't lying, that little toad!
Run and hide if you know what's good for you.
You're worthless O'Driscoll hides!
Give us call. This is done.
Come on, then! Come on!
What the hell?
I got a bullet for each one of y'all.
Don't run away!
Come at me, you bastard! Pick it up. Close in.
This is quite a hideout!
Give up, O'Driscolls. We got you beat.
What are you hiding out in the woods for?
That's it! They're turning tail!
Leave them. Comb's still here.
Hey, he said Comb'd be in the cabin.
I'll check. You look out here.
Give it up.
Oof. Well, that was not ideal.
You got supplies, you drunk dead bastard. What you holding, O'Driscoll? You said you was looking for coal. Give me some of that Irish gold.
We got some stuff here. I could use the bullets. Gold wedding ring. Sell some stuff. All right.
You ain't gonna check the cabin. I will.
Oh, I got it, Bill. Hold on. Jesus. There's no way Colm's in here. Oh, Colm.
You all right?
Sure. Thank you. Colm O'Driscoll. He ain't here. You set us up. Come here!
What?
You set us up.
No, I didn't.
You did. Colm O'Driscoll ain't here!
He was here, I swear! If I was setting you up, I wouldn't have saved your life.
It's a good point, Arthur.
All right, then, go on. Get out of here.
Hey?
I won't kill you.
I didn't set you up.
Get lost.
Get lost.
I'm letting you run away. Now go on. Get out of here.
That's as good as killing me. Out there, without you, Colm O'Driscoll's gonna lose his mind about this.
So?
So I'm one of you now.
Give me a break. All right, then. But I'm warning you.
Oh, hey, I know.
Come on, let's get to camp.
So you got the cash, then?
What cash?
Yeah, there's usually some cash. In the chimney.
I'll check it. Rest of you boys, get to camp, quick.
See, Arthur? I ain't so bad.
Hey, Bill. You tell Dutch old Kieran ain't worth killing. Just yet.
Right you are.
Alright, so Arthur ain't fond of being saved. Understandably so. I'm sure that probably goes against his pride. Everything we've ever seen is that people who can't hold their own are basically seen as a liability and not really useful to the group. And if Arthur ain't got pride, what else does he have? That seems to kind of be the case with lots of folks in this game. Yeah, that guy's stuck in the middle. Of course he's one of us now. $12. Oh, shit. I'm actually really, I'm impressed with Bill Williamson being open to Kieran saying, I'm one of you now. He's like, yeah, he's got a point. So it kind of makes me wonder if that's maybe something that Bill did. And maybe he empathizes. Because, I mean, ultimately all anybody's out here is doing is just trying to survive. Would you like a tip for looting the rooms that the game never tells you? I'm guessing it's to use this, and it highlights everything.
At least you got something tucked away.
$600. Yo. Also, I like the repeater. I don't want this shotgun. Drop bow for carbine repeater. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I want the repeater. I like it better. So I clean that gun for no real reason. Some canned strawberries. That's no good for Dr. Mick. Wanted? For what? What? What did I do? Oh shit, the law! The law is coming! Lay low, Arthur. You're right, Chad. I killed a lot of people. It makes sense. Don't know what happened there, fellas. Come on, we gotta be okay. We'll wait till the law goes away and then we'll get the old horse. Come here. Come here, horsey. It is true. Some of them got away. I guess that's the risk we run, I suppose.
Come on, boy.
All right. Good horse.
Good one, boy.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, so something I wanted to say about the initiation of Kieran into the group is that I think there's probably, like in many groups, there tends to be a like intergroup dynamics that happen, or intra-group dynamics that happen. Let me read back. Okay. There tend to be intra-group dynamics that happen when a group like this gang is established over time. You see different hierarchies and you see people have different levels of investment in the group. And the reason that people are invested in the group can become one of the things that defines certain groups as being subordinate to others within a group. And I think in some ways we may see this in terms of how Arthur looks at Kieran versus how Bill looks at Kieran. I don't know much about Bill's history, but Arthur has been with this group for 20 years and joined this group, I think, ideologically and because he has a really deep connection with Dutch. Kieran is joining the group out of survival because he has to. And my guess is that people who have been in the group for a long time and are there ideologically are going to look down on Kieran for the fact that he's there out of necessity. And my guess is that other folks that are in the group for that reason are probably looked at as not being true members of the group. And so Arthur's hostility toward Kieran and Bill maybe being a little more open to it suggests that maybe that's how Bill came in. Maybe Bill has empathy for that. Maybe Bill, being a person who's constantly picked on by the group, came in out of necessity in some way as well. And now there's somebody that he feels a sense of like kindred spirit with because it's somebody who maybe can understand his plight in the same way that he understands Kieran's. But sometimes when we see difference of orientation towards folks like this relative to a group that they belong in, it is indicative of that, of those levels of why did you join the group? Why are you still here? And the group's values, right? Like we saw, loyalty is the thing that gets Dutch really excited. Well, 20 years sure is loyal. Kieran's loyal because he has to be. Arthur's loyal because he wants to be. Very, very important distinction. And the group would need to be mindful of that because if you want cohesion, you have to make sure that you put in some mitigating measures for that. I'm going to need my horse to chill. All right, let's get back to the camp. A long trek. By the way, Chad, I want to say again, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I hope that you are enjoying this run as much as I'm enjoying bringing it to you. It has been a lot of fun to play this game. And I am enjoying analyzing some of the dynamics that are coming up. It's a little bit of a different vibe for what we've been doing, but it's pretty great. Also, this game is absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely stunning to me how well built this world is. So thanks for hanging out with me, friends. Again, if you like what I'm doing, please share it with folks. Tell people about it. Lots of eyeballs on stream is really good, whether it's live or watching the VOD. I do appreciate those of you that come out and watch this live. I know that because the VODs are basically immediately available on YouTube, it gives some people the ability to go to bed a little bit earlier. But I do appreciate those of you that make the effort to come out here and hang out and interact with me while we play the game. Please don't be afraid to tag me if you need to in chat. I try to respond to tags as much as I can. And And those of you that watch the VODs, thank you for watching them. Thanks for supporting the stream. Whether you're watching the live stream VOD or whether you're watching the curated one that Sean's created, I really appreciate you taking the time to jump over here and follow me and make this jump over to YouTube. Y'all are really great. And if you are watching the VOD, I encourage you to jump in sometime when I'm live. I'm live 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every night except for Mondays. If it seems like it would be fun to interact with me in chat while this is going on, come check us out. We'd love to see you in here. This horse is baller status. I want to know what Dutch is going to have to say about this, or like at the very least, I want to talk to Karen. Like I want to know why Dutch didn't go with us, man.
Identify yourself.
It's me, Arthur.
Hope you gone. Made us $1 million, Arthur.
You're keeping busy?
Trying to.
Well, don't let me stop you.
All right, then.
Sean's on lookout. All right. Well, we can absolutely contribute to the camp fund. That seems important to do. I also think we probably want to... What is this red here?
Hey, Arthur.
Yeah, what's up? Go hunting? I don't know that I want to do that right now. Yeah, they really do, Shelbs. They really do. The Dusk Dawn in this is incredible. Bring piercing animals to supply the camp. You can use the meat for food and skins to craft satchels with increased capacity. I do like that.
Hi, Arthur.
You missing your tree yet?
I feel like chopping it down.
We'll all be watching you. Okay, well, let's talk more later.
All right, then.
Hey, he's got a coat. We gave him some supplies. One of us. One of us. Love to see that.
Very into my crafting at the moment, Mr. Morgan. I'm very happy to make you something if you bring me the right materials.
I reckon I'm gonna think about it.
Really need you boys to get out there and hunt. Supplies are low.
Sure, might as well make some money off it.
Well, I'll take what I can get. Good job, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, did I not to keep? I didn't get to keep that $600 I found.
Hey, so that feller who was hassling you at Valentine.
I'll tell you another time, okay?
Okay, sure. Okay, I'll catch you later then.
Yes. See you later.
All right, I'll respect her boundaries.
But the heart throbs on as warmly now. When the summer
All right, I think $50 is probably good.
oh, the sun never dips solo.
Oh, give an item. No, I want to give money.
Affections cloud the sky.
Not so good, I'm afraid.
Sun
Oh, that's so good.
$50.
solo. Down affections cloud the sky. 100 months have passed, Lorena,
There he is.
since last
Hello, good sir.
held that hand in mine. I fell. Pulse beat fast, Lorena. Though mine beat faster far than thine. 100 months of flowery May. Up that hilly slope we climb. benediction, church bell chime. What? Dying of the day.
Let's have a rest here, Arthur. All right, we got a journal entry. Let's check this out. Calm old Driscoll slipped through their fingers once more, and I saw my own life slip through mine. That gentle buffoon we kidnapped up in the mountains took us to a cabin. We were planning to kill Colm, but he had just gone elsewhere. We shot a bunch of his boys, and one was about to end my life when Kieran shot him. This feud, it's bled out from Dutch and Colm's mutual hatred into a loathing that permeates all of us and all of them. Still, I found quite a shotgun in the cabin. So he believes Kieran. I mean, that's what that tells me. He believes him. He's coming around on him. And maybe his self-reflection on that is kind of his way of internally saying thank you to Kieran. It'd be nice if he would share that with him, but who knows if he will.